Hi, Ga! We know you've missed going back to school to meet with your friends, resume your activities, and just be able to get back to how life was like on campus. But for the UMians who didn't get to set foot on campus yet, whether you are in basic education, senior high school, or college, let's take a little trip to the campus you can hopefully get to visit soon as you finish your education with Luckily, we've got some of our beloved teachers to show you around UM's colleges and campuses, so you'll know what to expect when you come back to school.
It's only proper to start to the place where it all began. The Bolton and Embassy campus were among the first structures to be put up as the University of Mindanao was starting to make a name for itself 75 years ago. Here at the Bolton side, you can find many of the offices for student services like the Registrar, Student Accounting Office, and Cashier, among others. There's also a canteen where students and employees can purchase healthy food. Going further into Bolton campus, you can find on the first floor the College of Legal Education, where aspiring lawyers take their Juris Doctor degrees. There is even a dedicated library for law students across the cool and shaded quadrangle. On your way to the staircase to get the second floor, you get to pass by the AVR 3, where lots of programs and other small gatherings are held. Going up to the second floor, you can find the office of the College of Business Administration Education. is the only school in Mindanao granted a Center of Excellence by CHED for its business and management programs, as well as Level 4 accreditation by the PACOCOA. So if you're planning on a career in business-related dealings, the CBAE is for you. Our college offers the following programs under the Bachelor of Science in Business Administration, major in Entrepreneurship, Legal Management, Real Estate Management, Marketing Management, Financial Management, Human Resource Management, and the new program Major in Business Analytics. The third floor also houses our expansive library and information center. That covers the Bolton side. Let's head on over to the Embassy campus. Across the Bolton is the Embassy side, and it's named that way because it used to be the grounds for Japanese embassy back in World War II. Today, it is a sprawling area that houses the gymnasium for large events, our admission office, our Center for Health Services, or the student clinic and the external relation office out front on the first floor. Going up, you can find the International Affairs Office where matters for foreign exchange students are processed, among others. And walking further, you will find the office of the Senior High School Department. Outside of the Embassy campus, on the Ponciano side, we have the Multi-Test Diagnostic Center, which offers various laboratory services like blood testing, X-ray, and doctor consultations. Bolton and Embassy campus are located at the heart of downtown Davao, so it's easy to commute from here to many other places you might need to go. And speaking of which, did you know that has a campus at Matina? I'll send you over to our teacher friends in Matina campus and they can show you around.
We're now inside the University of Mindanao's largest campus. The 28-hectare Matina campus encompasses the Matina area going up to Maa. Right beside the Gravahan exit is the Basic Education Building, where it caters from kindergarten up to junior high school students with lots of space for learning and play.
Going further inside the campus, you'll spot the 4-story Business Engineering Building. Its first and second floor houses laboratories for engineering programs. It is the premier engineering school for its Level 4 accreditation granted by the PACOCOA and the Center of Development Status by the Commission on Higher Education. College of Engineering offers the following programs: Bachelor of Science in Chemical Engineering, Bachelor of Science in Mechanical Engineering, Bachelor of Science in Electrical Engineering, Bachelor of Science in Electronics Engineering, Bachelor of Science in Computer Engineering, and Bachelor of Science in Civil Engineering, major in Structural, water resource, transportation, and geotechnical. The third floor of the BE building is home to Davao Region's roster of top-notchers of the CPA licensure examination. The College of Accounting Education has Level 3 accreditation from PACUCOA and is certified by the Commission on Higher Education as a Center of Development. The College of Accounting Education offers the following programs: Bachelor of Science in Accountancy, Bachelor of Science in Internal Auditing, Bachelor of Science in Accounting Information System, Bachelor of Science in Management Accounting. The Learning and Information Center takes up the entire topmost floor of the BE building. It houses all the university's books available for borrowing.
Let's take a scenic trip to the College of Hospitality Education.
Located near the Matina Gymnasium, the College of Hospitality Education has Level 3 accreditation from PACUCOA and offers the following programs: Bachelor of Science in Hospitality Management and Bachelor of Science in Tourism Management. The College of Hospitality Education also has industry-level facilities like the La Spezia Mini Hotel, the Function Hall, and the kitchen and bakery areas. Located behind the gymnasium is the hangar, where students can test their inventions and other experiments. The hangar holds the university's Coleoptera Research Center, the first university-based center in the Philippines dedicated to study the conservation and cataloging of Philippine beetle species. Every large university, such as has a place where students gather for major events. And doesn't just have its Bolton Gymnasium. We also have the Matina Gymnasium too, equipped with fold-away bleachers and professional standard flooring for the courts. The gym is the perfect venue for sporting and other extracurricular activities.
Despite being a bustling school, there's plenty of space in Matina for some quiet time and to be surrounded by nature. Matina has a mini forest with tables and benches because believes that learning and rest isn't just limited to the walls of a room. Is this tour making you a little hungry? Across the gymnasium is the university canteen and food court, which serves a variety of affordable meals, snacks, and drinks, where students can eat comfortably. Tables are regularly sanitized and electric fans are provided. Let's head down to the GET building. Named after the school's founder, Guillermo E. Torres, the building is home to Davao Region's producer of top-notchers in the licensure examinations for teachers. The College of Teacher Education offers the following programs: Bachelor of Elementary Education, Bachelor of Early Childhood Education, Bachelor of Special Needs Education, Bachelor of Physical Education, and Bachelor in Secondary Education, major in Biological Sciences, English, Social Studies, Filipino, and Mathematics. Also, found on the first floor of the GET building is the Audio-Visual Room 2, an air-conditioned and carpeted, fully equipped facility with cinema-style folded seating, which is frequently used for different programs. The second and third floor of the GET building is occupied by the premier criminology school in Davao, the College of Criminal Justice Education. The CCJE offers Bachelor of Science in Criminology and Bachelor of Science in Industrial Security Management. Heading further inside the campus, away from GET, we'll reach the DPT building. Named after former school president Dolores P. Torres, the four-story building houses the mini auditorium, the Quality Management Office, Research and Publication Center, Institute of Pedagogical and Assessment Center, some laboratories, and pocket gardens on its first floor. Located on the DPT's second floor is the College of Arts and Sciences Education. CASE offers the following programs: Bachelor of Arts in English, Bachelor of Arts in Communication, Bachelor of Science in Environmental Science, Bachelor of Science in Agroforestry, Bachelor of Science in Forestry, Bachelor of Science in Biology, Bachelor of Science in Mathematics, Bachelor of Arts in Political Science, Bachelor of Science in Public Administration, Bachelor of Science in Psychology, and Bachelor of Science in Social Work. The third floor of the DPT building houses the College of Health Sciences Education, or the CHSE. CHSE offers Bachelor of Science in Nursing, Bachelor of Science in Pharmacy, Bachelor of Science in Medical Technology, and Bachelor of Science in Nutrition and Dietetics. Sharing the floor with CHSE is the College of Computing Education. CCE offers Bachelor of Science in Computer Science, Bachelor of Science in Information Technology, Bachelor of Science in Information System, Bachelor of Science in Entertainment and Multimedia Computing, major in Game Development and Digital Animation. The topmost floor of the DPT building is home to the Creative Academic Unit of the College of Architecture and Fine Arts Education. CAFAE offers Bachelor of Science in Architecture, Bachelor of Fine Arts major in Painting. Let's head back down and you'll see that across the DPT building is our Professional Schools building. It is led by its Dean, Dr. Eugenio S. Guhao, and serves to bring globally recognized ISO standard and PACOCOA accredited postgraduate and doctorate degrees to more Dabaweños. We're about to head out now, but before we leave, let's take a look at the Oval Track and Sports Stadium. It has a 400-meter rubberized track suitable for track and field training and other sporting activities. The sports stadium served as the venue for the 2019 Palarong Pambansa.
Thanks for joining this campus tour. Oh, by the way, even though is already a formidable university that is second in the whole Philippines to offer the most number of PACOCOA accredited programs, we do not rest. The administration keeps on working very hard just to be sure that more Filipinos here and abroad are able to obtain quality, affordable, and open education. Hope to have you here at soon, ga!
All right, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to, the University of Mindanao. This is the Senior High School Immersion webinar. This is in support of the DepEd's work, Immersion implementation, for all of you senior high school during this COVID-19 pandemic. So this current crisis really limits you guys, learners, for you to have these opportunities to report for work immersion on your partner institution of your schools, and also performing duties and responsibilities and tasks, and of course experience those pre and also post immersion activities. And that is why is able to do this initiative in order for you to be able to expose to immersion. All right, so this afternoon we'll have a lot of activities and also symposiums and information dissemination with regards to those to your subject, which is the immersion. All right, so to start our program this afternoon, let us have first our prayer to be given to us by the University of Mindanao, Coral.
Il Signore mi rende uno strumento della vostra pace.
Lord, make me an instrument of your peace.
Dove ci è odio, lasciarlo seminare l'amore. ci è ferita,
Where there is injury,
perdono, dove ci è dubbio,
there is doubt,
fede, dove ci è desperazione, sperare, dove ci è neresa, illuminarsi, dove c'è la tristezza.
All right, again, good afternoon and welcome to the University of Mindanao Senior High School Immersion webinar. This is actually our ninth episode of our immersion for you senior high school students. And this afternoon, now we will be focusing on engineering and technical immersion webinar. This is intended for those students in the grade 12 who are in the strand of STEM, TVL, and also GAS. But this is also other strand is welcome, and we would also like to welcome students who are actually here in our Zoom and also who's in our YouTube channel this afternoon. And once we once I call your school, please turn on your camera, your video, and then kaway so that you can be recognized. All right, so let's start with Mabini National High School. Students who are currently taking academic track or general academic strand. Kaway-kaway naman dyan. Hello and welcome. We also welcome students from New Elang Achievers Academy Incorporated. Students who are in the general academic strand. All right. We also would like to, kaway-kaway, would also like to recognize students from A.L. Navarro National High School. Nasa STEM ng mga strand. Hello sa inyo. And we also would like to welcome students from Kabantian National High School, the senior high STEM strand. Hello, welcome to UM. And we would also like to welcome Kidapawan City National High School, students who are taking up humanities and social sciences. Ayan. And we would also like to welcome, students from Tagum National Trade School, currently taking automotive servicing. TVL strand naman to sila. We also would like to welcome students from Doña Carmen Denia National High School. Hello sa inyo. Okay, all the way from Toril. And we also have students from Mabini National High School. Welcome again, and you can still invite your friends and also your classmates who are willing to join with our webinar this afternoon. And if you have problems along the way with our webinar with regards to your connection, you can go to our YouTube channel, no, the University of Mindanao Official, so that you can still join, no, our webinar this afternoon. This is actually a proactive response of the university to our problem, no, that we are having right now, and that is the pandemic. So we provide you guys the free webinars, no, and isa na ito, no, for you students in the grade 12, no, to discuss various topics, no, related to your work immersion subject. All right. So I believe, no, you are now towards the end, no, of your immersion, but allow us, no, to give you information with regards to topics of immersion subject. So most of those topics would be focusing on the key learning areas such as writing a winning cover letter and resume, how to ace the interview, work ethics, social media etiquette, and career opportunities. And even when it comes to engineering and technical, no, na mga opportunities para sa inyo. And so, ayun, I think we are now ready. Everyone is ready. Can I have a thumbs up from you guys if you are now ready and excited for our webinar this afternoon? All right, ayun. I know everyone is excited, and because we've really invited, no, speakers, no, who can really give such excellent information sa inyo with regards to this immersion subject. All right, so without further ado, no, let's start our first topic this afternoon. All right. So, first topic natin would be about pre-employment requirements. As I have mentioned a while ago, yung mga key learning areas, no, in the immersion subject ninyo. So, in this pre-employment requirements, no, we will be tackling on how to write a winning cover letter and resume, how to ace the interview, work ethics, social media etiquette, and other information. And to give us, no, those information with regards to pre-employment requirements, together with us this afternoon is the Vice President for External Relations and International Affairs of the University of Mindanao, Dr. Reynaldo C. Castro. Virtual round of applause, please. Sir?
Yeah, thank you, Benji. Good afternoon to our students, senior high school students, especially from the ano ba yan? STEM, no, and technical vocational track. Welcome to the University of Mindanao and welcome to our webinar session. This afternoon is going to be full of educational and informative session, no, topics. So that's why you stay until the end of our session. My topic this afternoon, as mentioned by Benji, is all about teaching you how are you going to write a winning application letter and resume, and how are you going to ace in your job interview. These important things are very necessary when you apply for jobs, no, even after your senior high school graduation or even after your college. All right, so let me start by sharing my screen. All right, and then slideshow. So there you go, that's my name. And these are the topics that I'm going to share to you this afternoon, all about writing an application letter or cover letter and resume, preparing for your job interview, and some social media etiquette that you have to take note of. Let me start with writing an application letter or a cover letter. Now, we call that cover letter, that's popularly known as application letter, because it's the first document that the HR, no, the receiver of your documents will see in your series of documents that you are going to submit to them. Why write a cover letter? Well, first reason is that to show your communication skills, your writing skills. No, senior high school students, please remember that regardless of your course, regardless of your degree, of your future work, there will come a point in your career that you are going to write. No, your boss will ask you to write something. And that's why one way of testing, of assessing your competence in this field is for them to read and assess your application letter. So that's how important it is. If you cannot write well an application letter, if you cannot submit a well-written application letter, it will give them an impression that you cannot really write well, no? All right? The second reason is that to highlight purpose of the letter and introduce yourself, no, to the reader. Who are you? and what is the intention of you writing the letter. And the other one is that to give the reader, especially the HR, the one who will read your letter, an idea whether to continue reading the rest of the documents or not. No, so remember that HR are very busy people. No, they have many stuff to do, and entertaining your letter is one of the many things that they are going to do. That's why they don't have the luxury of time to read that. So it's very important that at the first glance, no, it will be impressive. It will catch their attention so that it will give them an idea to continue reading your letter. All right. So how are you going to write a simple yet substantial and something that will impress, no, the reader? All right. Okay. So you start with the heading. It's very important, no, your address, and including the date of the writing. Okay. The inside address is another important element in your application letter. So what are the components, no? What are the contents of the inside address? You have there the name of the addressee to whom you are going to address the letter. Hindi pwede na walang name. Dapat meron ka talagang name, no? Sulatan mo ang name. Kung hindi mo alam kanino i-address ang letter, then you better inquire, no, ahead of time. Call the office or you visit the office, no, the agency or the government office. If you're applying for government, you visit first, then you inquire sa HR kung kanino pwede i-address ang letter, no? And don't forget the title of the person that you are writing to, no? What is the position of that person? The name of the company or the office or the agency, and the address. All right. So these are the important components. You know, if this information are not complete and are not provided in your application letter, as I said, it will give an impression that it's not impressive. You do not know how to write, no, a basic letter. Even if it's not application letter, this is how are you going to write a letter. All right. The next element is the salutation. Senior high students, remember that application letter is a formal type of communication. And when I say formal, therefore you have to be formal sounding. You have to be, may term doon, no? Ang term doon is corporatist sounding. All right? So you have to be formal in the tone of your letters. So paano ka magiging formal sa tone sa letter mo? Do not write dear, no? Because dear will diminish the formal tone, no, of your letter. So in case if you are you know each other, magkakilala kayo nung pinadala mo ng letter, pwede ka magsulat ng dear. Pero kung hindi, wag mo sulatan, all right? So you go straight to Miss Santos and then colon. That's how are you going to write your salutation. Miss Santos colon. When writing an application letter, I suggest that you only have 3 paragraphs. No, the first paragraph should contain the purpose of your letter. How did you know? How did you know the information about the job position or the job opening? Were you able to read that from the local paper, seen that from TV, or somebody told you about it? No, and then your interest for the position. The second paragraph, that's where you are going to briefly describe your qualification. What qualifies you in relation to the requirement of the position? So when you speak about your qualification, you focus on 2 major areas, 2 major things. No? One is that if you have any experience that relates, no, to the position, something that gives you better grasp of the position, then you mention that in the second paragraph. That's the first element. The second one is that what are your attributes? What are your characteristics which are relevant, no, in the performance of the job? For example, pwede sa isang posisyon magaling ang communication skills or magaling ang team anong tawag doon, no, teamwork, no, mayroong teamwork ability or kailangan ng leadership style or kailangan ng initiative, no. Then if you possess those, then you mention that, no, in the second paragraph. That's how you're going to do it. For example, if you read the sample here, no, on screen, it says here, the applicant says that the applicant has 6 months of prior experience in marketing at ABC Telecom. His work has involved in participating sales and marketing caravan within the area and meeting potential clients in a fast-paced office setting. All right. So the first sentence, the first statement, the first two statement talks about the exposure of the applicant. That's very important because it will what? It will bolster your ability and it will give you better grasp of the requirement of the position. The third paragraph, no, the closing paragraph, you close your letter by thanking the reader and requesting an interview, no? So, you cannot tell everything about you, no, in one page application letter, including in your resume. So, what you can do is that you can encourage, no? You can encourage or you say that you are willing to come for an interview because there are many things that you want to share to the company with regards to your qualification and how excited you are to share that to them. All right. Okay. Close, no? You close your letter, you have complimentary close, and then you said sincerely, no, or respectfully yours. You have to be formal also in this area. And then your name, do not forget you write your name and then your signature. You can put some inclusure there because as I said, application letter is a cover letter so that it will give an idea, no, the reader will be given an idea what's inside your documents if there are a series of documents that you are going to submit to them. All right. Okay, so you have here another example, no, of our student here in there's a date, there's a name of the addressee, the position, the name of the company, the address, and then you have there Mr. Baluran. So take note that in the sample letter, there are only 3 paragraphs, and that I already mentioned that what should be the content for each paragraph. No? So you can take a screenshot of that, and then just remember that in the first paragraph, you have to mention how did you get to know about the information of the position, whether somebody told you about it and who is that somebody, or whether you have read that somewhere, and then your interest for the position. The second paragraph should talk about briefly your qualification in terms of your experience, your exposure, and the other part is that all about your abilities, your characteristics, no, your attributes that are relevant to the position. Do not mention anything, no, any attributes that you have that are no significance to the position. And then on the third paragraph, you're going to mention that you are willing to share many of your qualifications to the HR or to the company, no, in a probably in an interview. Because remember this, senior high students, the purpose of the application letter and the resume is for you to get an interview. You will not be hired because of what you have written in your resume and of your application letter. So a step-by-step process kasi yan. Ang pinaka-first na process is that yung inyong application letter at saka yung inyong resume. Ang purpose nun, para matawagan kayo for interview. Alright? Ang purpose naman ng interview is para makuha kayo sa trabaho. No? So let's proceed to the next important document, which is resume. So it says here that the resume is your personal brochure to market yourself, and it should give your potential employer a quick view of what you can do for them. So imagine yourself, no? You're senior high now, and probably some of you have not decided yet on what course you're going to take in college, or maybe you're like indifferent, no, because you have many choices in mind, you have many interests in mind, and then maybe some of you are not decided yet where to study, where to proceed in college, and then you have many options also in mind. So the best thing that you can do is that you collect information, no? You collect brochures, you collect data from these courses and from these schools and find out which of these, no, offers the best features that are to your interest and that are to your likings. All right. So the same thing in application. That's why the first thing that you are going to do is that you're offering yourself. Therefore, you have to study well the requirement of the company. What is the company all about? What is the position all about? How it should be performed? No? How it should be, performed, no? How it should be done, how to deliver the job, no? Okay. So for new graduates just like you, no, in the future, if you wanna find job after your senior high or after your graduation in college, what you can do is that you can list your accomplishments in school. So the first statement says that when you're in school, therefore, you have to make the most of your stay while you're still in school. All right. Do not just be a plain student, simple, plain student. You have to participate in other activities, extracurricular, co-curricular activities that will develop your leadership potential, that will enhance your responsibility, sense of responsibility. No? It says here that do not worry about not having work-related accomplishments. You can pick out those school accomplishments that show responsibility, dependability, cooperative spirit, and the like. No? So anything that has exposure that you have exposed with, you can include that, no? Because after all, hindi ka naman mag-apply ng posisyon na diretso agad manager or diretso agad na supervisory level, di ba? In most cases, you're going to apply for an entry level position, di ba? So what gives you an edge over the other applicant for an entry level position? Your exposure in school, your experience in school, okay? Now, when you write your resume, these are the important element, the important contents that you should not forget, no? First, it's arranged according to the most important to the less important, no? Full name, your name, of course, your address, no? That's very important because many companies, many agencies and offices, pag nag-a-apply kayo, they do background investigation. And when they do that, they try to visit, no, your area, your locality, your community, and ask, for example, your community leaders about you, no, in the area, whether you have a good background, whether you're really a resident of the area. Your contact number and your email address, no? Summary statement. Contact number and email address are very important because this is how you can be reached out whenever there are feedback on the status of your application, when there's a need for you to submit other documents, whenever you will be informed that you have a schedule for interview, no? So that's why do not forget your contact number and your email address, no? Hindi pwede na walang email address kasi we are in a generation of technology, and we expect that young people like you are adept with technology and are connected, no, and are actively engaged in social media, and something that's related to technology, no? So that's why it's unbelievable that you don't have an email address. Your summary statement is a statement or two about your qualifications and about your career goals, no? So you start writing your career goals now. What what is your direction as far as your career is concerned? How do you foresee yourself in the next few years? Or what kind of career, no, that you want to take in the future? Then your work experience, if you have, no, and then if you have exposure, work exposure, then what are the job responsibilities, your accomplishments in school, and then your education, no? So when you write your resume, remember these important questions. Make it sure that you have answered these questions in your resume. Number one and number two talks about your qualifications, no, your competencies, your knowledge, and your skills. So what can you do for me? And do you have the skills I'm looking for? Questions 3 and 4 talk about your formal education, no, your formal training, uh, your exposure. So like, where have you worked before? Is your experience relevant to my needs? And do you have the right education and credentials? Importante kasi yung formal training, no? Formal going to school, because not only the hard skills ang i-develop sa inyo senior high students. So when I say hard skills, like for example, kayo STEM, Tech, Voc, di ba? Your course really requires you to like manipulate something, a machine, an equipment, and the like. So these are highly competent career, no? Career that requires high competence, high skills, no? That you are expected to perform and manipulate an equipment or a machine, no, something like that. So it's not only that hard skills are very important, but also your soft skills. So what do I mean by that? I mean, when you say soft skills, this refers to, pag sinasabi mo hard skills, a skill that requires, anong tawag doon, no? Yung, meron tayong tinatawag na parang viscerotonic, no? Ibig sabihin, the use of your hands, okay? Pag sinasabi mo naman soft skills, it's all about your heart, no, your emotion. Like for example, your maturity, no, your ability to think what is right and what is wrong before performing something, no. So that's what do we mean by soft skills? Something that you cannot touch, you cannot see, but something that's innate in you, no. All right, okay. So because if you have formal education, when you go to school, when you go to senior high school, when you go to tertiary education, all this will be taught, no, in school. What kind of person are you? So again, it talks about your soft skills. It talks about your attributes, no, and where can I contact you? So how long should a resume be? 2 pages only. No, do not write a resume that's more than 2 pages because, as I said, HR are very busy people. What should I include in my personal data? Well, in general, you avoid facts that may be used to discriminate against you. Like, for example, height, weight, and religion. I mean, height, weight, and religion are not important, no, are not significant. Well, height and weight, unless you are applying as a model, no? Kung nang modeling career ka, pwede siguro. Pero sa field ninyo na nasa techvo kayo, nasa STEM kayo, I mean, those information are not important, no? Should I put my photo in my resume? My recommendation there is do not put your picture because let's accept the fact that we human beings have biases toward good looks, and if you are not endowed with good looks, sometimes no, it prevents us from moving on to the next level of the screening process, which is the interview. And we said that interview is also very important because that's how the HR and the hiring officer determines no who among the applicants is the best for the position. So there's an example here. This is a sample output of our students. No, in the University of Mindanao, we have a subject, we have a course, no, which we require all students to enroll. No, mag-enroll talaga kayo because we are teaching you how to write well a letter and how to engage yourself in a good interview, job interview. No, so these are the example. You have there's a summary statement. I already told you about it. The name, no, and then the contact number. There's a style. I mean, there are courses, there are career that that would appreciate a good layout, a good page makeup in a resume. Just like this one, I think this is for education. But there are also styles, there are also degrees that's fine with the conventional one, no? Which means that you don't need to have a nice layout like this. But it's also understandable because your generation is a generation that goes for fashion and style. You have taste for fashion and style, so that's why it can be shown, no, in your output and the like. No? The more creative you are, well, the more good thing for you. Okay. Now, as I said, the importance of application letter and resume is for you to get an interview. And why the interview is very important. Why important for you to proceed to interview? Because this is where the hiring officer determines the best applicant for the position. So how are you going to do that? It says here that preparation is half the battle. The concept of preparation, winning the half of the battle, is a Sancho's Art of War. If you are familiar with the author, with the book Art of War by Sancho, no, it says there that whenever you embark on a war, and if you want to win the war, you have to prepare. And when you prepare, which means that you win half of the battle. Well, winning the entire battle is another story, but at least if you have prepared well, therefore, it would be very easy for you to fill in the other half, for you to win everything. Why is it that the interview, as I said, and I have been saying many times, that is the basis for selecting, no? Magpili kung sino ang pinaka the best na applicant, because how you perform, how you behave, no, how you respond, how you act in the interview is often seen as an indicator of how you are going to perform the job. Just like in many beauty contests, no, like Miss World, Miss Universe, any beauty competition, you see that the final round of the screening of the competition is the interview, because you see that the person, the candidate, and in the job interview, the applicant who can speak well and who are confident is seen as the most prepared applicant of all, even if you are not the most qualified, no? So hindi importante talaga na magaling ka sa pagsagot sa interview, no? Because if you are confident, you are giving an impression that you are ready for the job. But if you are not confident, therefore there are limitations, you believe that there are limitations and that you are not prepared, you are not well prepared for the position. So one tip there is that you have to study about the position, about the organization, so that you can directly connect, no, with the company and the answers, no, the questions. So generally, what employers look for an interview, well, there are three major things. One is that can you do the job? So it's all about your skills, your talents, no, your competencies. Marunong ka ba nito? Marunong ka ba mag-operate ng machine if there's a need for you to operate an equipment? All right? Marunong ka ba mag-on, mag-off, ganyan. Kung kailangan mo, marunong ka maggamit ng mga Microsoft Office, marunong ka ba nun, no? So yun ang sinasabi natin, can you do the job? All right? Will you do the job? So it's all about your interest, your motivation, and your right values to work. So marunong ka nga mag-operate nitong equipment, no? Marunong ka magpaandar, marunong ka mag-off, marunong ka ganyan, proseso, marunong ka mag-ayos. Ang punto nun is that willing ka ba mag-work, no? Ang hindi ibig sabihin na willing ka mag-work, but the pointer is that there are other questions that will be asked, like, willing ka ba mag-adjust sa sarili mo in case matanggap ka sa trabaho? Willing ka ba mag-work overtime? Willing ka ba ma-assign sa ibang lugar, no? Willing ka ba na multi-skilled ang work mo, no? Willing ka ba sa ganitong arrangement? All right? The third is that meron ka bang fitness, no, sa company and its culture? Ibig sabihin may match ba, no? Madali ka ba makipaghalubilo sa ibang tao, no? Madali ka ba makapag-adjust sa isang environment? All right? Baka maarte ka, ganito kami dito mag-work, mainit, nasa field ka palagi, okay ka lang ba, no? 'Di ba? All right. Ganito ang isuot, ganito ang proseso, 'di ba? Right. So some of the common job interview questions that will be asked during job interview, basic is that tell me something about yourself or introduce yourself. So when you do that, do not be so personal. Try to prepare a minute of synopsis of what qualifies you. Kasi importante naman, halimbawa ako ang interviewer, importante sa akin kung anong meron ka, no? Anong qualifications meron ka, anong attributes meron ka, no? Anong characteristics meron ka, anong talents meron ka para magampanan ang trabaho na to. Alright? Yun ang importante sa interviewer. The second is that what do you know about our company, no? Anong alam mo sa company ko? Kasi you want to be part of our organization, of our agency. Pareho lang yan sa isang romantic relationship, no? Senior high students. When you go into a romantic relationship, before engaging yourself into another person or getting into that, hindi naman pwede na nakita mo lang siya at biglang first, anong tawag doon, no? Unang tingin mo pa lang nagkagusto ka na sa kanya. Hindi pwede gano'n, no, 'di ba? Dapat may something, no, para mag-last yung inyong romantic relationship, no? Dapat you share the same interest, the same passion, no? So same thing with the company, no? Dapat gusto ko talaga na halimbawa ako, nung nasa estudyante pa ako, no, pareho ninyo, ang gusto ko talaga is to work in the government. Kasi gusto ko yung, alam mo yon, yung makipag-deal sa ibang tao, tumulong sa ibang tao, magbigay ng serbisyo. Yung mga ganyan, meron akong ganung passion noon when I was a student like you, alright? The thing there is that, well, naiba ako ng landas, hindi siya napunta sa akin, di ba? But yun yung passion ko sana, yun yung gusto ko sana, no? Nung estudyante pa ako, alright? So kung mag-apply ka, anong meron doon na nagustuhan mo, di ba? Yun yung point doon. Ano ang iyong greatest weakness? What is your greatest weakness? So why this question will be asked during the interview is that, well, the interviewer wants to find out whether you acknowledge that nothing is perfect and no one is perfect. No perfect organization, no perfect person, all right? So may pagkakamali talaga, but the thing there is not, it's not all about your weakness, but it's all about how you transform that weakness into something positive or how you overcome that weakness, no? That makes you a better person. What you have learned from that weakness and how you overcome that, how you make that not weakness remain as weakness in you. All right? So that's the most important thing. Like ako, ang weakness ko is that I'm an impatient person. I don't like to be stuck in a traffic. So that's why, because I have that feeling, and if I'm stuck in a traffic, it can ruin my entire day, So I not be productive kung na-traffic ako, in the morning. So ako, maaga ako gumising because I realized that I'm an impatient person. So maaga ako gumising, and travel early to the office. Or really, I have to strategize my time, my travel, Isip ako, what time is the best time for me to travel, to be on road, so that I will not be stuck in a traffic. Do you have any question? Senior high, do not let the interview ends without asking any question. Just like do not just allow yourself attending a seminar without asking a question, because you're giving an impression that you are just there for compliance purposes. So you have to show your interest, all right? And by asking question is that you also are showing an interest, all right? What can you contribute most to our organization? Hala, na di amutan pag mag-apply og trabaho, No, it's not about contribution, but it's all about, what do you possess? What talents, what experience, what abilities you have that will be of use to the company. So you try to have an assessment of yourself, a personal assessment of what are your strengths, what are your capabilities, which uh, will give will excite, will at least get the attention of the interviewer. All right. Now, there's a survey done for all HR. They were asked a question on what are the common interview mistakes made by applicants during job interview. So I'm showing this to you so that when you're in an interview or when you're appearing in a situation like this, you have to avoid this stuff, because it will, it will give you demerit. So one in the list is that answering cell phone or texting. That's too impolite if you're doing that, if you're in an interview. Well, the same thing, just like, for example, if you're in a group, or if you're having a date, kung wala yung attention ng tao or kasama mo sa iyo kasi nagsikuri-kuri sa cellphone, that's an insult, all right? You will feel the same if the other party is doing that to you also. Dressing inappropriately, appearing disinterested, appearing arrogant, appearing unprepared, chewing gum. Now, others are doing that because that's how they manage their tension, their stress. Well, what you're doing is that you're showing an obvious thing, your obvious feeling, your obvious emotion. So don't do that. Not asking good questions is also in the list. So you might be wondering why you were not hired during job interview. Probably one of the reasons there is that you did not ask any question. Okay. Now let's proceed to my last topic, which is social media etiquette. Why this is very important? This is very important because other hiring officer, they do background investigation by looking at your social media account, no? They also do stalking, no? They also do stalking in your social media account. So that's why you start cleaning your social media account. First in the list is writing negative posts, makipagbardagulan, no? Makipag-awayan, di ba? Well, one thing that we have to learn in the pandemic, no, in the COVID-19 is that we really avoid people whom we believe or whom we heard that is infected with the virus, 'di ba? So kung positive virus siya, avoid that. This time, 'di ba may kasabihan tayo na kung may mga negative thinking na tao, ayaw natin sila kasi ayaw natin mahawa sa kanila, no? The way they think, the way they speak. Diba? That we don't like to be infected by that virus. So, well, if you're doing that in your social media, then you start filtering, no? You start cleaning your social media account. The other one is writing ungrammatical posts or use of derogatory language, no? After all, what you have posted in the social media is a reflection of how do you feel that time, no? So kung if you don't have any restraints, no? If you don't have any control, self-control, therefore you are giving an impression that kung galit ka, delikado ka, no? Ibuhos mo talaga 'yon or hindi ka careful kasi ungrammatical yung post mo, no? So dapat nire-review mo muna, chine-check mo muna, 'di ba? So you're giving an impression that hindi ikaw ang tao na nag-check kung tama ba yung ginagawa mo, no? Correct ba yun or hindi. The third one is making your posts all about you. Like for example, ako before I had an impression that TikTok is only about dancing because yun nga, nagsasayaw-sayaw, ganyan-ganyan, di ba? Many of my friends that their social media is all about them, it's all about their OOTD, the food that they're eating, you know. That's why you call it social media because it's your chance and it's a opportunity for you to discuss social issues, no? And the social media is supposed to be a ground for a good discussion that we invite participation from our friends and from other people. You know what I mean? And if your social media account is all about you, it will give an impression that you're the kind of person that you want that all the spotlight will be in you. Gusto mo star ka talaga in all shows, no? And that's not good, 'di ba? Sino naman ang tao na mag-isip na gusto niya siya lang talaga lahat, 'di ba? Ayaw mo yung ganun, no? So okay. So I mean, kung may nakita ka, may nabasa ka, no, na book, then you can discuss something about that book. Or kung may nakita ka na series or movie, then you discuss something about that, no? Or if you want to discuss something about the politics, no, or the environment, then you discuss that in a nice way. I think that's all, senior high school students. Thank you very much for listening and good luck to all of you. My advance congratulations to your graduation. So I'll stop sharing now.
All right, thank you so much, Sir Ray, for those information with regards to pre-employment requirements. All right, so senior high, do you have questions for Sir Ray before we'll go to the next part of our program or our webinar this afternoon? Meron ba? All right, so I think there's none. And in order for us to know, no, kung nakuha nyo talaga all those information na binigay natin kanina, let's have our online quiz. So we would like to ask our students to go to menti.com for a while. All right. Ayan. So this is just very quick. No? This is a 5-item question and you have to go to menti.com and then use the code 55261026. And once you'll be the winner, you'll be given a 100 peso load. Ayan. So ibibigay namin, ang price dito is 100 pesos. Okay, 5 questions lang yan. You just have to choose your answer, padamihan o palakihan ng score. And then tama din yung answer mo. And then once you'll be the winner, you'll be the first on our leaderboard. So you'll be given 100 pesos load. All right. So don't you worry guys, di yan skip ang Zoom ninyo. You just go to another browser and then go to www.menti.com and then use the code the 55261026 and then write your full name. Then afterwards, so we malalaman natin if you really listen to the presentation or discussion ni Sir Ray kanina. So lahat ng questions will be about the pre-employment requirements. All right. So we are 40 sa Zoom natin, and I think there are also students who are watching right now in the YouTube channel. You can join with us on menti.com. Use the code 55261026. All right. We need more players, guys. Come on. Join na, join. Sayang din ang 100 pesos na load. Ayan. So you really have to listen on the whole duration ng ating webinar kasi may mga papremyo. Ayan. All right. So ilan na ba yung players natin? We have 20. So we need 2 more players. Or sige, go pa. More pa, more. Ayan. Ayun, sige pa. 1 more. Then we will start. Then yung iba pa, hahabol na lang. Ayan. So let's start our Menti. Ayun. Answer fast to get more points. Here's the first question. How long the ideal resume should be? Look at your phone and then click your answer. 1 to 2 pages, 4 to 5 pages, or it depends on the job you're applying. All right. 8 seconds to answer. 4, 3, 2, 1, and time's up. Here we go. Saan ang pinakamadaming answer? Most of you says it's 1 to 2 pages and you got the correct answer. So let's see who is on the leaderboard for our first question. Yung top 1 natin. Ayan. All right. So it's J and then Shining and then Frony. All right. Sige, let's have the second item. Answer fast to get more points. Here's the second question. The objective of the resume is for the applicant to get hired. Is this true or false? Yan, sinabi yan kanina ni Sir during his talk. Ayan, so sana nakuha niyo to. All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and time's up. Everyone has voted. Sorry, it's false. Again, the objective of the resume and also the cover letter is for the applicant to get an interview. Ayun, interview yun. So before ka ma-hire, kailangan ma-interview ka muna. Ayan, let's see. Sino itong tatlo, na tama ang answer? Ayun, si Jerian, Vroom, and Gabriel. And then, ayun, si Jerian ang fastest, and then second si Vroom. Okay, still, we have 3 questions pa. Alright, kaya pa yan. Okay, 3 of 5. Answer fast to get more points. Here's the question. In hiring process, the best applicant gets the job. Is this true or false? Ayan, somehow related to the second question. In hiring process, the best applicant gets the job. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and time's up. Ayun, daming true, pero the correct answer is false. In hiring process, the best interview gets the job. Ayun. So 6 sa inyo ang tama. Let's see, sino yung 6 na yon? And sino yung top 1? Would it still be Jirian? Ayun, mga bago ata. Jirian and then Frony and then Blessy. Though Rachel is the fastest in this round. Second to the last question, here we go. Answer fast to get more points. Here's the fourth question. Which of the following should be in a resume? Yung dapat nasa resume. Look at your phone. Contact number, height, or religion. Ayun. So ano lang ba yung dapat na nasa resume? Everyone has voted and you got the correct answer. It's contact number. So wag na yung height and religion. It's not very important. So it would just lead to discrimination. All right. Let's go. Tingnan natin sa leaderboard. Sino yung number 1? Will it still be Jirian? Or meron ng bagong number 1? Still, it's Jirian, though Frony is the fastest. Frony, kaya pa yan. We still have 1 question. Let's go. Here's the last question for this quiz. Answer fast to get more points. Here we go. During the interview, an applicant should ask any question to the interviewer. Is this true or false? All right. 10 seconds to answer the question. 7, 6, 5, 4. Everyone has voted and you got the correct answer. It's true. Let's see who's the winner and will receive a 100 pesos load. Dun, 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 dun. Is this is it Chirian or merong bago? All right. It's all right, Jirian. Okay, Jirian, please send me your numbers sa chat box. All right, so para ma-load ko kaagad ang iyong price, the 100 pesos na loan. Oh, paspas kayo makasend. All right. So that's actually the pre-employment requirements given to us with Dr. Reynaldo C. Castro. So let's go on with our webinar this afternoon, especially or specifically on engineering and technical. All right. So this time, let's go to the next session. All right. So this afternoon, together with us is Engineer Jetron Atuon, the Research Coordinator of the College of Engineering Education of the University of Mindanao. I believe you're very familiar with Capstone Project, no? And I believe you were exposed to this, no, during your grade 12, no, na year, not even until today. So siguro meron pa kang ginagawa ng mga projects, no, especially for those who are in the STEM and also in the TVL. And to give us more updates on this, more information about capstone project ideas, and of course, opportunities, no, leading towards engineering and technical na mga courses as once you're done with your senior high school. Now, together with us again, let us give a virtual round of applause to Engineer Jetron Atuon. Sir?
Good afternoon, Sir Benji. Good afternoon, students. Can you hear me well?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Let me share my slides muna. Okay. Yan. All right, students, can you please hit your approve na emoticon if you can see the slides now? Yan, thank you. All right. So, buti na lang this time yung ating webinar is interactive na mode na parang sa meeting lang tayo. Kasi last year I had the same talk pero it's naka seminar mode, so I cannot actually interact with the students. So ngayon may interaction na tayo. Okay? So students, later if you have questions, please reserve it, no? And then I will be answering it later na lang. And if you have other matters to ask also, you can have it later after my presentation. Okay? So my topic will focus on capstone project ideas. Let me check who among you here are already done with your capstone projects. Can you hit the approve button pa rin? Sino yung matapos na with the capstone projects? Yan. Meron ba? Hindi pa tapos? Yan. Can kindly hit the emoticon dito.
Parang isa lang ata ang approve.
Isa lang ata approve. Naka-thumbs down yung iba. Sige, pa-thumbs down nga kung hindi pa tapos. Ongoing. Yung mga ongoing pa with the capstone projects. Thumbs down daw sila. Sige nga, ayun.
Ayun, madami.
Madami, okay. Don't worry because I'm here to help you. Okay, and you're lucky to be present in this session because my talk will focus on capstone project ideas. So you're not yet done, so I'm here to help you complete your capstone projects, even if virtually nandito ako. Okay. Sige. So my topics would include understanding the capstone project, where can we find our project ideas. It's the most crucial part, no? Maghanap ng capstone project idea. And then allow me to show you later projects done by our college. And then show you also our new center, which is the CG Nice, as we call them. And then we have the career path for engineers. So actually, I checked on kanina sa ating chat kung sino yung mga sa anong mga strand tayo. We have actually STEM, we have GAS, kayo nakita ko. And we still have other programs din, mix siya. So might be yung iba dito, yan, we have humanities also. Maybe later on they will transfer to engineering after the presentation. Okay, they might get interested with the engineering field. Okay, so this is actually more on TVL and the engineering, but yung talk dito sa project will be general. So we can also check on some of the ways here kung paano natin tapusin ng capstone project. So isa lang, I think, no, sabi ni Sir Benji, isa lang yung nag-raise na gano'n, nag-approve kanina, tapos na with the capstone project. So here, let us understand and let's see if we can finish it with the discussion today. Okay, so what is, by the way, a capstone project? So as defined, a capstone project actually answers a question of practical importance. And it is often served as a culminating academic and intellectual experience for you on the secondary level. So even before, sa akin din, of our capstone projects, yung mga tawag doon, mga science investigatory projects, we call it before. So mga ganun na projects. And then we have competitions. After we complete, we can join competitions. We have our local competition also, and I will show you later yung mga possible competitions that you can have after you complete your studies. And a capstone project is designed to allow students to think critically and solve practical problems, enabling them to develop their future skills. So your capstone project actually align siya doon sa inyong mga programs, no? Kung STEM ka ba, TBL ka ba, or other programs na meron tayo. So it's done for the schools, for your teachers to check kung meron mo tayong natutunan. Okay? If the students were able to understand and able to apply the knowledge that you have gained in your secondary level. So the problem is actually on where do we get those ideas? Where do we get our titles, our possible venture na capstone project? May I see approve pa rin, no? Or may raise hand siguro. Raise hand button and let's check kung sino ba dito ang nahirapan maghanap ng idea for the capstone project. Ayan. Okay, madami, di ba? Even kami before also having hard time din sa paghahanap. Okay, ayan, marami nga. Thank you, students. So we actually have ways on how to generate the ideas. And we also have what we call our common sources of ideas. And actually ito is more focused on you. It's about you. We have skills, we have hobbies, interests, and experience. So, di ba, iba't ibang person, iba't ibang skills, hobbies, interests, and experiences. Sometimes, ito yung dahilan kung saan nagkakaroon ng early stage ng grupo, may mga clash na agad, di ba? Kasi iba't ibang tao, iba't ibang skills, hobbies, interests, and experiences. And it will not work kung ganun ang simula ng ating grupo. Okay? Though some might be pinagtagpo, no? Pinagtagpo yung grupo, they have the same skills, maybe some of them will have the same hobbies or will share same interests and experiences. But this actually are not just the only way for us to be able to generate our ideas for the capstone project. Pero pwede siya, marami. Even sa amin before, ito yung aming motivation, no? Our skills, our hobbies, interests, and experiences. And even your teachers before siguro, sabi nila ito rin yung yung inyong motivation. Okay. So, we have this what we call common ideation techniques. We have brainstorming, the mind mapping, and storyboarding. The most common, if I'm not mistaken, is the brainstorming. Kasi even on the lectures in your class, you have this brainstorming sessions. Tama ba, students? You can reply with the audio. You do brainstorming in class, mind mapping, iba na ito, isa, yung parang web, no? To generate our ideas. So, these are actually very helpful for us to understand more what we are trying to get. From one single information to certain details of that information. Example nito, for the mind map, ayan, can you see the cursor, students? Kita mo na? Yan. For the mind mapping, you have here the central topic which is focused on air and water. So under air and water, ano ba yung pwede nating makuha na information? So we can have water itself, we have the air itself, the atmosphere, composition. So under composition, for example, we have what are the composition of the said air and water. So pwedeng oxygen, nitrogen, carbon dioxide, and so on. We also have atmosphere. So we have different levels of the atmosphere. And then for water, we have different topics, no, na ma-connect with water. So that's one way also, mind mapping. Storyboarding, usually this is used for us to show what's the problem, what's the solution, ano yung flow niya. Okay? This is more visual, visual presentation of how things will be done. Okay? And then, itong mga techniques ito will be used also on other ways. So pwede from your skills, example ano yung mga skills ninyo. Can somebody share ano yung skill na meron kayo? Or maybe you can type on chat siguro. And ano yung skills or hobbies or interests that you have? Okay. And you can reply on chat. So for example, you are into biking. Meron ba rito mahilig mag-bicycle? Mga tawag dyan, mga mountain bikes. You go outdoors, mag-hiking, mag-explore. Meron tayo dyan. Especially this pandemic na medyo restrained yung ating movement. Pag open niya, dami na tayong mga hobbies and interests na nabuo dahil sa pandemic. Yan, may crochet, yan, drawing, reading, very good, no? Online gaming. Yan, thank you for the replies. Okay. So this could actually be our motivation for us to generate our capstone project ideas. But as I've said, it could be a platform also that we might have trouble with the groups. Because we know we have different skill sets, hobbies, interests, and experiences. So tendency, si leader lang yung or two will compete with one, and maswerte na if the three members will really come up with a single idea. Okay? So to help solve that one, we actually are following what we call a research agenda. I'm not sure if meron din with the secondary level. No? Kinasakantry ko lang. Meron ba silang research agenda, yung school. So in we have our research agenda. And then from the agenda, meron kaming specific na mga agenda per college. So for the engineering, we have our set of topics kung saan doon namin i-anchor yung aming capstone projects, yung mga thesis namin. Okay? So another way is for us to start with the agenda instead of just relying on the common sources of ideas. We can start with the agenda. Ano ba yung gusto? Ano ba yung trending ngayon? It could be one, no? Trending ng mga technologies for the engineering and technical, or something trending in your field. You can start with that kung wala man kayong agenda na pinapollow. So sa college, sa we have the agenda. So meron kaming guidelines na ano yung mga topics. And then we will go on with our literature review. In this case, we will do readings. We will have to read and read and read. Sino ba dito mahilig magbasa? Can I see raise hand kung sino yung mahilig magbasa? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yan, marami. Thank you. So, you need to also start practicing yung paano magbasa. You need to embrace that one kasi when you attend college, it's already a requirement. So even on your mga subjects na minor, you are expected to read, to write, to present. Okay? Dati ako rin, actually, I'm very shy. I'm really a shy type person. I don't compete with others. It's fine with me na makakuha lang ng minimum na score or minimum grade for the subject. So in our case kasi, our minimum grade for the subject is 85 to maintain na nasa special class. So 85 lang yung minimum. So yun lang din. I'm just fine with 85. Bahala na. No? Yung iba, very competitive. Pero, na-realize ko, we need to adapt. So pag college, you need to change also. So ngayon, I'm really talking to you. Imagine, talking to 47 siguro participants, na students, plus may live. Okay. And I never thought that I'll become an educator also. So I went into engineering. And actually, I hate research. I hate doing capstone projects. Pero I started loving it doon na sa last part ng secondary level ko during my 4th year. Sa aming time kasi wala pa senior high. So fourth year, doon ko na intindihan kung ano pala yung importance of doing research. So even won the best research paper and the best research presentation during the competition namin sa local. So, ano siya. So in connection with this one, pagdating ng college, meron tayong mga iba't ibang approaches. And this is actually what we learned. We do the literature review. So ito yung part na magbabasa kayo. You will read, and read. I will show you later also how are we going to process yung inyong mga nabasa. And then after that, you can start with the idea generation. So balik tayo sa slide na kanina. Ito. Okay? After we do the reading, we will do the ideation. So pwede kasing you start the common sources with your with your level of understanding, level of skills, mga habits ninyo, and then proceed directly with ideation. And the other way could be from the agenda na guide ninyo, you will do reading first, tapos idea generation. Okay? Pero ang tanong dyan, how and where are we going to get those materials na babasahin? Okay? So before that, the agenda actually orients us to the short-term and long-term goals. So sa amin, every 5 years, we have revision of the research agenda. Kasi hindi man pwede na yung mga agenda ng 2017 hanggang ngayon ganun pa rin. Of course, we know that the time is changing. We have actually different requirements from time to time. So iba na every year. Merong mga bago technology. So hindi pwedeng mag-stick lang tayo sa old one. So we need to also upgrade, we need to evaluate, and then realign. Okay? The agenda also helps us to identify the path to engage. Ano yung academic path na ating gusto gagawin? So example, we are on the STEM, TVL, GAS, UMS. So ano yung ating gagawin? And then also allows us to steer the right people to collaborate. Of course, hindi naman tayo expert, di ba? We are students, even kami nga, no, as mga engineers, we also look for people to collaborate with. We look for experts in the field para matulungan kami kung ano yung pwedeng gawin to improve what we know. Okay? So itong agenda natin, we will have people na mga experts in the field. Okay. So beside doon sa sinabi kanina na common ideation, common sources of ideas and the techniques on ideation, we can also browse over the internet and check for completed projects. Okay? We will not redo, or we will not just copy what others did. Actually, I can remember during my second year high school, no, 'di ba? Ano naman siya, it's actually sa amin kasi second year high school pa lang, we are really trained to do research. And actually, isa yung sa mga pinaka-hardest part. Kasi wala masyadong resources. Even the internet is medyo limited. And then we need to really go to the libraries to check ano yung mga information na kailangan. So tendency, actually siguro sa amin mga about 10 or 15 groups, siguro mga less than 5 yung nakatapos na kanilang research. Yung iba was given a different task just to comply with the subject. Okay. And I belong to the group na na realigned yung task. Naging support group kami. Research. But now we have these sources already. We have the ResearchGate, the Elsewhere, JSTOR, Google Scholar. Familiar kayo with the Science Direct? Students, are you familiar with the Science Direct? Can I see a raise hand daw kung meron na ba nakapag-browse over Science Direct na na web? Yung website ng Science Direct. Where did you get your information pala? Okay. Sino na naka-visit ng Elsewhere sites like Science Direct? It's very common during my high school stage din. Sila yung aming source ng information kasi limited pa at the time. You can see later maybe hindi nyo familiar yung sites. Where did you get pala yung information? Sino yung mga bumisita ng libraries to get information on their capstone ideas? Meron ba? Okay. So for sure meron, no? Kasi you cannot just rely on your on what you know. So iba sa atin will go to libraries, read books about the information ng kanilang topics. So just go over the internet. Lagyan nyo lang sa Google ninyo. You can search directly ano yung topic na gusto ninyong pag-aralan. So ito yung mga sites na examples kung saan you can browse for completed projects. Okay. So continue. Also to help us with the search, no, to help us have a credible na mga articles na nababasa, hindi lang sa tawag dyan yung mga usual ninyo, ng mga blogs, mga newspaper reports, yung mga post or any websites na ma-search niyo sa internet that might be hindi sila ganun credible. So sa atin, we can have the Mendeley. Okay? Your Mendeley is actually a free reference manager and academic social network. Okay? We can actually visit later, mendeley.com. I'll show you later kung paano siya i-log in. Okay. With the Mendeley, we can have yung ating kanina, itong dito na mga sources. Ito sila. Parang siya isang buong search engine wherein you can find automatically yung mga topics na gusto ninyo. Okay, let me transfer my share na screen. I'll go with my browser. Ito. Sige nga, can I confirm ko lang kung you can see the browsers? The Mendeley browser. And pa-approve nga. Ayan. Okay. Thank you. So this is the Mendeley website. So check nyo lang sa Google, mendeley.com, or can type in Google, Mendeley. Tapos yung site niya directly is mendeley.com. Okay. So dito, you can create your own accounts. You can just click the create accounts. Okay. For clicking that one, you will be redirected to a certain page and then you need to have your information dyan. Sa akin kasi, in my case, I already have my account. So andyan na. Okay? And then kung hindi ka mag-create ng account kasi, you will not be able to use the resources of Mendeley. So you need to first really have the account. And then after the account, it will actually send you a notification through your email. I would suggest that you use your personal na emails. So yung mga Gmail ninyo. Okay? Kasi pag school siya, baka later on, pag graduate ninyo, hindi na siya magamit, no? Hindi na siya ma-access kasi upon graduation, your accounts will be terminated. So better use your personal accounts. Also, in their website, you can click the download. Ayan siya. You have here the resources na pwede i-download. So for those using Windows, you can download for Windows. For those using with Mac OS, merong Mac OS dyan. And for the Linux platform, the open source platform, meron dyan for Linux also. Okay. Meron siyang may software siya na i-install eh. But actually, you can have that one also na via the website. Okay? Ito yung kanyang website. So I would suggest you also visit this one. Siguro I'll just share this one on chat. Okay? For those who are not yet done, this will be of big help sa inyo. Okay? Kasi if you are having trouble right now looking for references, citations, possible citations ninyo, dito nyo makahanap yun. Okay? So ayan siya. Download nyo lang, can go download and then have if you're using Windows, click ito and install. But I think yung bagong version nila may changes sa version eh. I'm currently using the older one. Let me share this one. Ito yung application nila, which upon download ninyo, install nyo lang siya. Ito yung itsura ng application. Let me share it. Okay. This is the Mendeley desktop. Okay. Makita na ba yung desktop niya? Okay. So, we have here the articles, yung mga studies na available. Yung sa bagong sa bagong Mendeley desktop, hindi na available yung button for the literature search. So dito, you can type in the topic. Ano ba yung gusto ng topic niyo? Example, engineering. Okay. When you click search, all engineering na topics na meron sila, they will show it to you. Yan siya. And mag-load lang yan siya for more results. So, example, let's select one. Saan ba dito? Ito. Effects of infusing the engineering design process into STEM project. A project-based learning to develop pre-service technology teachers, engineering, design, thinking. Siguro, bigger. Ayan. So, authored by Kaylin, Wu, Su et al. So, this is on journal niya. It's coming from International Journal of STEM Education. So you can see here the abstract, no? Ano yung content ng article and then yung other information niya. Yan. If you're into these studies, you can have this one. Example, I am into, ano ba? Can you give me example kaya on chat? Ano yung mga studies niyo? Who are into Arduino programming? Meron ba dito? Or ano ba? Mechanical engineering, machines. So you will search for machines. Yan. So marami dyan, machine learning. We have deep learning. Okay. Ano pala, yung common ngayon sa atin, artificial intelligence. Meron ba ditong ano? May capstone project on artificial intelligence? Ayan, no? Marami dyan, no? Puro related to artificial intelligence. So, hindi na mahirap maghanap ng mga studies about your topic na gusto ninyo. So, you can just check on that and then basahin nyo lang yung kanilang content. Meron tayong example from here. You can search directly din naman using the DOI or with the title nila. Tapos yung title nyo and then go to the Google na website and then search doon. Some links, some sources, kasi it's open source siya, so you can actually download it. Yung paid naman, medyo mahirap lang siya makuha. Pero may mga ways and hindi kasi pwedeng ituro yun. Yun lang muna, mga free. So wala tayong violation yan. Okay? Let's use those free na mga articles na pwede nating gawing studies. Now, once you are, example sa amin sa tertiary level, we are expected to publish our studies. So if you will search, example, my surname here, lalabas din yung mga studies na meron ako. So ito, yung mga samples na studies na nagawa ko together with my students. Okay. You can actually check online, sa internet, yung mga studies na ito. You can even browse my name and on even those authors under UM can have their names there. Okay? So yun siya. So let me go back with my slides. Okay. So Mendeley, pwede nyo gawin yon. You can actually save also your literature. And then for the website naman, pwede ganito ang gawin. Let me, asan na yung website? Ito. Okay. So I'll sign in. After nyo mag-create ng account, sign in kayo. Okay. And then, yun siya. Sign in nyo lang yung Mendeley ninyo. Pwede rin siya via sa kanilang browser. Okay. Meron din dyan. Sa browser na copy. So you have your all references, recently added, yung mga nabasa ninyo, your favorites, mga publications, kung may mga publications. And then, ito siya. Now, this is actually save na mga studies. Kasi pag may nabasa ako, I need to save some para mabasa ko ulit yung kanilang content. Okay. Example, topic on smart farming for rice. So ito yung mga nabasa ko ng mga articles about smart farming for rice. And then, ito, one of my studies, itong two-name classifier. Ito yung mga studies na cited on that particular published studies. And ito rin, self-triage forms, mga examples na studies. So click nyo rin yan, you can see the details. Same lang siya doon sa kanyang application. Okay, but this is already on a browser base. So let me go back to the slides. Yan. So check niyo yung website niya, mendeley.com. Just create your accounts there. And then you can search directly yung mga tawag dyan. Keywords about your topic. Okay, para matulungan kayo na maghanap. Dati kasi during high school, ano lang yung mga sources namin? Newspaper. Yung iba, makahanap kami ng mga articles na maganda na related to studies. We can add that one under your related literatures or the RL ninyo. Okay? So ayan. Tapos ito. So after reading articles, hindi na mo naman agad yan ma-memorize lahat. Okay? You need to read it like at least twice, no? Or thrice para maintindihan mo. And also, it would be helpful for you to have our what we call the literature review matrix. Okay, the matrix actually contains the following. Meron tayong authors, yung title, the publication, the year it was published, the objective of study, theory applied, and then the methods, and then the knowledge gap. Okay. I'm sure you can see this naman, ano, itong part na ito. So ito was actually just done in Excel. Okay, open your Microsoft Excel and then create kayo ng columns dyan for the authors, title, publication, and so on. And then, every article na mabasa ninyo, after reading the articles, you usually can read the abstract. Sa abstract naman kasi, nakasulat dyan lahat, no? Lahat ng details na dapat malaman ng mga readers. Usually, it's a summary. Summarize na siya. Hindi ganoon kadetalyado, but you can see ano yung mga objective ng study, ano yung theory ginamit doon, and then a few details of the methods, and then ano yung possible na mga recommendations or possible na mga findings nila. So every single article, you need to break it down into the said na columns. So by doing that, you would know na itong study na pala ito is coming from 2016 article. So ito kasi, itong sample na ito was formulated last year, so 2016. And once we write our citations, it would be better if you have the 5-year recency. Example, if you're going ngayon, I would suggest to have at least the 2017 or 2018 ninyo na mga studies para updated pa rin siya paano. Okay? If you can find articles na 2021 or even 2020, mas maganda kasi mas updated yung kanyang information. So, ito yun, break it down, objectives, at least alam mo na itong student ito pala, ang kanyang objective is, example ito, to design a safety mechanism for motorcycles. Actually, I did this one during my master's na thesis. So I made this one to have a summary kung ano yung manabasa ko, and also this will help me to know kung ano yung pwede kong pag-aralan next time. Okay? Kasi I cannot just rely on what I know, what I experience, my skills, my hobbies. I also need to know ano yung nagawa na, ano yung existing. Okay? So, for the authors, madali lang. Sa article naman kasi, andyan yung authors. If you remember kanina sa Mendeley, you have the authors, yung title block niya, yung pangalan ng yung title ng article, and then some would also show the publication kung saan na-publish yan siya. Okay? And then the year it was published. Tapos, under the abstract, some would discuss their objectives. And some naman are implied siya. Hindi sinabi na ito yung objective namin, the typical way that we present it. Some are actually implied lang. You would know na ito pala yung kanyang objective after reading it. And then, theory applied. This will talk about ano yung mga technical na mga matters na ginamit nila doon. Example, the use of Bluetooth. Okay? Use of Bluetooth media para i-transmit yung data. So, example for the study on life-saving alert for wearing helmets using security tokens, published sa 2014. Ang kanyang objective is mag-design ng safe and secure na helmet, okay? Para magamit siya for riders na safe nila magamit 'yon, okay? Before pa man tumakbo yung kanilang vehicle or motorcycle, automatically it will activate safety. I'm not sure if you have heard already yung mga videos or mga mga articles from the news na yung helmet, pag wala yung helmet, yung motorcycle hindi magtakbo or hindi siya aandar. And then recently, during yung typhoon, I think it was in yung recent typhoon natin na malaki, yung 'di ba, meron doong parang estudyante na gumawa ng kanyang turbine to generate power. Yung kanang for the yung from air, yung wind niya, wind turbine to convert the electricity na magamit nila doon. So ganun yung mga sample. So theory applied, these are actually yung mga technical matters na ginamit nila. Na somehow ikaw rin later on, once you formulate your own study, you would know ano yung pwedeng gamitin. Okay? Ito yung part na theory applied. And then for the methods naman, if in case you're able to retrieve the whole article, Usually yung article nila is mga nasa minimum niyan is 5 pages, yung iba naman nasa 8 pages. So depende sa mga articles. Kung makuha niyo yung buong article, you can read already the full part of the methods nila. So you can break it down here. Pwede nyo i-summarize, no? Summarize nyo lang siya or tawag dyan, write what you have understood upon reading the article. So by doing this also, madali din siya isulat sa inyong paper. Remember, once we do the completion ng study nyo, we will review the plagiarism check. Meron tayong plagiarism check to check if yung inyong document hindi mo siya copy-pasted. Kasi some talaga desperate moves will be doing copy-paste para lang ma-comply agad yung kanyang mga requirements. So copy-paste sa mga papel. And that's not a good practice kasi that is a violation of an intellectual property. So dito, as much possible, yung mga content ng inyong matrix will be done sa based on your own words. Okay? Based on what you have understood sa inyong nabasa. And then sa last part, if you observe, may nakalagay dyan, knowledge gap. So what is this knowledge gap? Actually, I have this one para ma-record mo rin. Upon reading the article, usually, di ba, meron tayong part na recommendations. Meron ba sa inyo? Can I see approve emoticon? Kung meron bang part ng recommendation sa huli. Sa inyong format, format ng inyong papel, inyong capstone project na paper, meron ba doong part na recommendations? That's conclusions and recommendations. Sa amin before, ganun yung nakalagay. Meron ba? Okay, let me see. May ano ba? May thumbs up ba tayo? Conclusions and recommendations na last part in the format. I believe meron. And some actually are implied din. Kasi hindi sinabi doon pero you will know na ito yung kulang sa kanila. Dapat ganito yung ginawa nila. Or yung technology nila is pwede siya ma-improve if meron ito. So the knowledge gap here will be the information, pwede siya recommendation na study na for future work. Some would use siguro the term na future work. And some would be recommendations. And some hindi siya sinabi pero alam mo na na may kulang. Ano yung pala yung kulang? Okay? If you are the one nagagawa ng study, example, kung ito yung study niya, if I am the one to modify the study, ano yung pwede kong gawin? Okay? So you can write here the knowledge gap. So ano siya? For every article na nabasa ninyo. Okay? May nasulat dyan. Now, paano mo gagamitin yung matrix? Of course, you have read a lot of articles. Paano mo siya gamitin? The next move will be checking if those in the knowledge gap, yung mga na-mention ninyo per article, meron ba siyang existing solution? Okay, actually, yung buong discussion for the matrix, you can just browse over my YouTube channel, dyan sa baba, how to use Mendeley for the Mendeley. Kasi Mendeley kasi may connection pa sa ibang applications. And then, preparing the literature review matrix na link. Yan siya. So, dyan yung full details. Medyo mahaba yung video na yan. And I can present it on the session. Okay? Again, knowledge gap yung focus natin. Ano yung hindi pa nagawa? Okay? Hindi pa nila nagawa or ano yung pwede pang gawin natin? Kasi in the engineering field, technical field, we are looking into the innovation. We're looking into the inventive step. We're looking for the something novel na pwedeng gawin. So pwedeng dyan. For the capstone project, hindi naman siya necessarily na novel. Pwede siyang innovation of the existing solutions. Could be problems in the community, problems sa paligid ninyo. You can search for existing solutions and then you can search ano yung ginawa nila. At ano yung kulang. Later, I will show you also some projects and ano yung kanilang mga motivations. Okay. So ito yung ating matrix and it's very helpful talaga when creating. Kung hindi ka pa tapos sa ideation na part, hindi ka pa nakapag-create ng study, this will be a big help. Okay? You read at least 15 articles for the group and then from there, you can start with the ideation technique na, yung inyong idea generation. After creating the matrix and the literature review, go into the idea generation. So pwede nyo nang ma-agree with the group. Okay, para mayawas yung away, you can agree with the group. Ano yung mga possible, you enumerate anong research gaps ang inyong gagawin. And then, check if it is of interest din sa ating paligid. No? Meron ba tayong possible na gagamit ng technology? That's one. Kasi hindi na naman sa project na after makumata yung project, itapon. Hindi dapat ganon. Should be utilized para magamit siya. Okay. So, yan. After the matrix, you start working na with the group, produce your own studies, you generate your own objectives, and then tuloy-tuloy na yung project. Okay? Sir, we are done with our study. We are already halfway done with the study. How will the matrix help us? Okay. Kasi sir, on your discussion, you are focusing on the knowledge gap, which is gamitin siya pag wala pang nasimulan. Okay. What about us? We'll start na. So, gawin niyo pa yung matrix, and then from here, you will know ano yung mga studies na related sa inyo. Okay? To help you also prove yung inyong mga studies. This matrix can help you on that one. Okay? Say, for example, one topic will discuss part of your study, portion of your study, that will help you prove talaga na mugana siya. It will work. Okay? Even other studies have proven the same thing will happen. Pero ganun yung use ng ating matrix. So hindi lang siya on the start, but even on the finalization, even on the prior to publication ng inyong mga studies, you can modify. Okay? And again, to the better if your sources are from credible na mga studies. Hindi lang from blogs. Di ba? Yung blog naman kasi can just edit anytime. Okay? Anything that you can just search on the internet, hindi lahat dyan are credible sources. Okay? So you need to also check the background of those sources. Okay. So, ano pala yung mga natapos namin for the engineering? Actually, ito mga luma na ito. Later, I'll show you sa last part ng slides, meron lang mga example. So, these are actually few of those presented last year also. We have here ito. May mga kiosk kami. Yung kiosk, if you will visit may kiosk dyan to guide you kung saan ka dadaan. So, ngayon lang, hindi siya ginamit kasi yung system niya, design siya yung before pandemic, pre-pandemic. So, ngayon kasi may other approach na yung yung movement sa loob ng campus. So, hindi po siya na modify on that side. And then this is Shell Eco Marathon, last 2018. Actually, yearly, umaattend si Okay? competes for the Shell Eco Marathon. So, ito yung mga output namin. Sino ba dito yung mga TVL, technical, nasa TechVoc? Sino yung mga interested on mechanical engineering? Meron ba dito? Can I say raise hand? People on, yan, Charlie. So, mahilig magbuting-ting ng gamit, no? Creation of something new from existing na materials. Isa lang ang yung mahilig magbuting-ting. Okay, sige. Ito, siguro if I'm not given sa time, I'll show a video later on the Shell Eco Marathon para hindi sabihin na sir, yan, photo ops lang yan. Picture lang yan. So actually, meron talaga tayong entries. Si competes for Shell Eco Marathon. And we also have our own ethyl alcohol. So, yung pag-pandemic, di ba, mahirap humanap ng alcohol. True? Would you agree? During the pandemic, onset ng pandemic, mahirap maghanap ng alcohol. Okay? And then mahal siya kasi it's needed. So, what did was to create our own ethyl alcohol. So, yung alcohol namin sa campus, actually produced siya by the Chemical Engineering Program. Okay. Yeah, so to continue, ayan siya. The mentors of the Shell Eco team, we have Dr. Crescencio Nobiagan Jr. and Engineer Randy Angelia. So ito yung yung Lumad 4.0. Ito yung, I think this is the latest. Ito yung medyo ito 2019, this is 2018. Okay. And ito, sino yung mahilig sa mountain bikes? Mga nagbibisikleta. Okay. Sino yung mahilig mag-search ng Global Cycling Network, GCN, on YouTube? Okay, di ba yung mga shifter? Familiar kayo with yung mga mahilig mag-bicycle, mga mountain bikes, yung may mga gears, yung mga shifter. Okay. Sa atin, di ba, manually doon sa may handlebar niya. Okay, you need to adjust, set nyo manually yung kanyang gear para magdepende sa gusto nyong speed or gusto nyong cadence. Ang ginawa ng students, the motivation actually, the owner of the bike, itong yung naka-gray, yung may gray at blue yung damit, si Ayan. He's the owner of that bicycle. Yun yung service niya yan. Going to school from his residence. So everyday ginagamit niya yung bike niya. So na-realize niya, minsan kasi mahirap na mag-pedal. Okay, adjust ka ng shifter, mano-mano. What he did was to actually create an automated na bicycle shifter. So meron siyang manual mode and automatic mode na yung mismong gear, yung mechanism na mismo ang mag-adjust depende sa gusto niyang cadence. Gusto niya, example, if the road is yung slope, no? Naka-steep siya. Sino ba dito yung mga nakaakyat na ng Eden Gardens? Okay, ako I'm one of those, no, mga 2013 biking papuntang Eden. And then even going beyond Kalinan, passing by Tamugan River, tapos hanggang sa Lumundaw. Yun yung mga sites namin before. Way back 2013. Student pa ako noon. So we'd go biking. Sa kanila, ito, automated. Meron tayong existing na mga automated also, pero mahal siya. Actually, ito powered siya with yung power bank ng phones ninyo. So 5 volts siya, and then may mechanism dyan na mag-adjust. And then may screen yung kanyang bicycle to check ano yung cadence niya, gaano kabilis yung cycle, yung RPM, and then the speed, and also it can measure the distance na travel. So that's one of the output namin. And then, sino yung mahilig ng chess? Chess players, mga chess champions here, meron ba? Chess at sa gilid-gilid, meron mga mahilig dyan. I play chess also but not the expert, no? May alam lang paano maglaro, but not an expert. Yan, Ernie Boy, yan, very good, thank you. So automated chessboard. Who among you here have played already yung mga big competitions? Like I remember before Shell chess competition. I was able to compete once siguro elementary days. Mga 2003, 2004. Shell National Chess Championship. Nakapaglaro ako noon. So manually, di ba? Sinusulat niyo manually yung move. Ano yung pyesa na nasa board and then anong movement niya. You write it down manually. But itong developer niya, itong inventor niya, si Frontera, si John, is hilig ng chess. So yung motivation niya is the hobby or doing chess. So ginawa niya is to automate. So instead of writing manually the movement ng mga chess pieces, ang ginawa niya is automated na. Okay? And you can even review. Ano yung mga ginawa na move from the very first opening salvo hanggang natapos yung laro. Naka-record yan lahat with their device dyan sa kilid. Actually, ito sa right side ng screen is the president of the university. Okay. Ito yung one of the percentage we had international conference kasi we were invited to present our outputs. So ito yung one of demonstration of our automated chessboard. And then this is my team, the Coleoptera Receiver. So ito yung team namin is in support with the Coleoptera Center namin. So yung mga kisabadari ang kailaw bakukang. Ba? Kasi yung mga mahilig o mahilig bakukang, mga bukid-bukid. So Coleoptera na field ang kanilang interest. So we created a machine to help our coleopterologists, yung center namin, to sort out yung mga specimens. Kasi yung manual process, mahirap siya, matagal. So instead of waiting for receiving manually, gumawa ng machine para while nag-receive ng mga samples, ng raw samples, those coleopterologists can actually visit the site and then they can actually gather again yung mga samples para iwan lang dyan yung kanilang mga samples dyan. So, massive siya with different layers. May different speed din, maka-adjust tayo. Actually, this is parang pending din ito. And sa last part, sa bottom part niyan, meron siyang storage kung saan makuha yung mga coleoptera. Yung sample ng ating coleoptera dyan. Okay. And then, we also have my team on the automated BMI calculator. Okay, meron tayo dyan. So this is actually still with the presentation ng international competition. Our BMI calculator. This will tell you if you are underweight, overweight, or obese. And then will actually give you also information. Ano yung pwede mong diet? Ano yung pwede mong exercise na gawin? So yun siya. May screen siya, touch screen yan siya. And then may instruction sa gilid. And then tayo ka lang, press the start, and then it will already compute for your BMI and will give you recommendations. Yan yung kanyang sample dyan. Demonstration kung paano siya gamitin. Okay. And this group here is our conductive ink. Siguro you have seen already in YouTube and siguro TikTok din, no? Na yung sinusulat lang yung yung magsulat ka lang through that particular ink and then you can already create a circuitry. So example, ito. Yung ink niya isinulat sa bond paper. Okay, kung saan circuit, sample circuit lang. Just to show na umiilaw yung LED. So ang LED na ito, connected siya through the ink. So one side positive, one side negative, powered by a 3 volts DC. Power up, you will see the LED na lighted siya. So current can pass through the ink. So yung ating conductive ink from spent zinc carbon batteries. Actually, this study is upcycling siya from waste na batteries, ginamit yung ibang materials doon, upcycling it, and then using it into the conductive ink. So, yun yung kanilang ginawa. Hindi siya recycle but upcycling yung approach. And then also, ito, for sino ba mahilig kumain ng pomelo? Pomelo, Citrus Maxima. Okay. Ito rin yung team who won actually best paper and best presentation in the international competition then HCSM 2020. And then more awards, yearly awards, halos every event na sinasalihan ng mga faculty members and students, meron kaming mga awards. So yung sample, we have 2021 ito. Okay? And then, of course, we are very proud to also show our accomplishment. Ito. Sino yung mga mga mahilig sa fire? Okay? Fire extinguishers, into farming, into concrete. So, we are proud to announce also that we will be competing in the National Invention Contest and Exhibit this year. Okay, this year, NICE 2022. Kasi actually garnered the first, second, and third prize for the CBOL Award under College, Outstanding College Student Creative Research. So ito, you can actually put off fire without water and without yung powder. So just using a shockwave. Ito ginawa ng aming students. So sila yung champion and they will represent Region 11 in the National Invention Contest and Exhibit. So tatlo from ang pumasok, automatic lahat, no, sweep for the for And recently, we also have our publications. So we have ito. After kasi matapos yung aming mga studies, projects, mga theses, we always make sure that those outputs will not be gone to waste. Or hindi lang siya i-compile dyan, bookbind, and ibutang sa library. Isabit dira sa cabinet. It's not one. In our faculty members will make sure na ma-publish yung inyong mga outputs. Ito andito naka-highlight. Ito yung mga names ng mga engineers na kasama in the study, yung mga advisors nila. And the rest of the members here are actually students. So students and the advisor, as I've said no doon sa video kanina sa slides, that with the agenda kasi meron tayong experts on the field. So you will be steered towards the experts na tutulong sa inyo on your interest. So ito, development of smart waste bin segregation using image processing. Lagay na lang yung yung sample, siya na ang bahala mag-segregate. Diba? Para sa mga tamad na mag-segregate, siya ang bahala sa inyo. We also have here the reverse vending. Okay? Lagay mo lang yung garbage mo doon. And then through image processing also, the vision base, it will analyze. Instead of money, yung ginawa nila is Wi-Fi. So may free may free Wi-Fi access ka na for a few minutes depende sa basura na inilagay mo. So yun yung reverse vending machine nila. And then we also have here the humanoid robot head, the GABot. I don't have the image kasi, sayang. But GABot, di ba, siguro naman you are familiar with Hello Ga. Kumusta naman si Junjun? Familiar ba? Can I see a thumbs up? Kung nakadungog na mo si kay Ga sa radyo. Di ba na? Si Ga. Okay. Yeah, we also made our own humanoid robot head for GABot. Okay. Yan yung latest. And this is actually indexed by Scopus. And these publications here actually already receive incentives. So yung mga students namin receive their incentives kasi na-publish yung kanilang output. So you spent money in the creation. After the creation of the projects, na-publish siya, you can check online, browse for the titles, para just to make sure lang na talagang available siya online. You can browse titles here or the names of the authors. I would suggest you search yung mga naka-yellow, yung mga names nila. You can check on their outputs kasi. So in sa Scopus, may incentive yan. So once you get into we will tell you how much is the incentive. And it's really, talaga siya. It's maganda, it's really good na after you complete the studies, you publish it. Even ngayon sa inyo, with the capstone projects ninyo, kung maganda, hopefully your schools will be able to also publish your work kasi sayang siya na ilagay lang sa library or hindi siya ma-utilize. Okay? Kung kayang i-publish, then publish your works kasi it will also be part of you. Sa amin sa I always tell our students na yung mga ma-under sa akin, make sure that you will do your best in your capstone projects, your thesis, para later on it will be published. Sila rin, they also did the matrix. Strictly observe the creation of the matrix, creation of yung process ng to come up with their studies. Kasi hindi siya basta-basta ma-publish kung meron kang kapareho ng study. Okay. And these are just few of those samples namin na presented, yung mga output ng aming students. So the last one we had with our college was in Seoul National University in South Korea. Annyeong sayo. Yan. So we went there last December 2019 with my team to present our studies. So ito yung mga sample na mga outputs namin presented. And ito yung mga studies that you can search online. Actually, ito published din siya online. So you can search the titles. We also, some of us went to Kyoto, Japan. 2018, we went to Phuket, Thailand to present our studies. Okay. And hindi lang yon, hindi lang international na travels. So even yung yung national travels. Sometimes magkasunod pa yung travel niyo from local, you have the national travel. So you go into Luzon or Visayas or even Mindanao. After ANA, you go to international. Depende sa mga studies niyo. And we also have competitions for students naman. And students are allowed to present their works. Okay, they can join. Can join you on those trips. Yan. Also, sino yung mahilig sa civil engineering na field? Tayo, with tayo yung partner ni DILG, Region 11, para sa mga projects natin on those LGUs na may problema sa water supply service. So yung pinakauna talaga dyan are people from the civil engineering program, the Saling Tubig project with the DILG. Okay. So sila yung tumutulong mag-design ng mga water supply systems, no, from the source hanggang dumating sa mga bahay. And then also our new center. So tayo yung sa meron kaming bagong center. This is what we call the Center for Green Nanotechnology Innovations for Environmental Solutions, with the CG-NICE as we call it. And then headed by no other than Dr. Josel Pilawagon. So ito yung ating ito yung ating if you visit once you transfer to na with in the next year siguro, you'll be part already to avail of the services of CG-NICE na laboratory or center. So actually ito yung yung center focusing on nanomaterials. So a project supported by DOST na project ito. So yung project is 2020 until 2022, still ongoing yung ating laboratory. We have the equipment. Okay? In we really have the equipment. Hindi lang software simulations, hindi lang videos ang pinipresent namin, it's really actual devices. Okay? We have this, ito mga sample nito, these are just few of the machines or the equipments we have in our CG-NICE laboratory. Nice. Even the laboratory sa klase, we even have a lot of resources talaga with na hands-on tayo eh. Hindi lang sa puro libro, puro internet, puro search, hands-on our equipments. Okay. Now to continue, ito na yung last part namin ng presentation. This is for career paths. So civil engineering, we can proceed with MS and PhD in civil engineering also. And we have in we have the following majors. We have structural engineering, geotechnical, transportation, water resource, and process engineering. Also, pwede ka rin maging technical researcher for this one. Same goes with the computer engineering. Just like me, na-com-eng ako. So I'm done with my MS already. So hopefully by next year siguro, I can have my start na ako with my PhD. So marami tayong jobs, no? Computer hardware engineer, machine learning engineer, data scientist, analyst, network architect, computer system analyst, technical researcher, and also of course an educator. Hindi lang engineer, pwede ka rin maging educator. Okay, and then for electronics naman, we also have biggest electronics in soon, if you want to pursue more on your academic field, you can have the MS and the PhD. So works could be communication engineers, electrical engineer, design support, and then you could have the electronics design. Sino ba yung mahilig magbuting-ting ng IC, yung integrated circuits. So pwede ka maging designer ng mga ICs. And then technical researchers also. Tapos for electrical, sa we have level 4 accreditation for our electrical engineering. Recently, we just have graduates na pumasa ng aming board exam for electrical engineering. So marami tayong jobs na pwedeng puntahan. Could be electrical controls, on the design, project. Of course, it's instrumentation and electrical reliability engineer. Pwede ka rin sa power systems, and pwede kang maging technical researcher. Okay? For chemical engineering naman, we have it also in You can have your BS chemical engineering in tapos later on you can proceed with your MS and your PhD. So pwede kang maging materials engineer, a biotechnologist, a nuclear engineer, to be a product or process development scientist, petroleum engineer, and others. Also, pwede ka rin maging technical researcher. Actually, we have friends na maraming trabaho. So sideline technical researcher, sideline educator, sideline na chemical engineer. So mga ganun na field na maraming pwedeng gawin. We also have mechanical engineering. You can have your BS mechanical engineering with us, and then can proceed later on with your MS mechanical engineering and a PhD. You can be an automation engineer, design engineer, instrumentation engineer, and then R&D engineer. So lahat naman ng fields na mentioned ko can be an R&D engineer. Okay. And if you want to know more of our college, you can visit our Facebook. Search na lang yung at UMCE official. You can search this site here. You will see ito yung mga faculty members ng college namin. So marami, different programs yan sila. And then you can visit our Facebook page with UMC Official. We have UMC CECSG sa Twitter, Instagram, and you can also browse over the web for the details of our college. Okay, and that would end my presentation. Sir Bench, can I present ba a video? Mga 10 minutes?
Yes, sir. Pwede naman.
Okay. Okay. Well, I'll show siguro a video para ano rin, makita nila yung output talaga ng students. Siguro ano lang, bilisan ko lang ito. Okay, let me share this one. Ito yung sa Singapore. Let's see, share.
Make sure lang, sir, naka-share sound.
Hindi niya ma-view ata. Let me stop share muna. I try to check for ibang browser. Player. Students, if you have question na, pwede na mag-send ng questions on the chat.
Yes, if you have questions, you can chat. Use the chat box. If you have clarifications with regards to those presentation given by Sir Jetron.
Yan. So this is the Shell F1 2017.
No sound, sir.
Wala po sound, sir. Let me just check the sharing.
Wala. Hindi ata na-click yung share sound.
Ay, sorry. Yan. Meron po ba?
Yes, sir.
Alright, I'll just cut the video no kasi medyo napakataas ng video na yan. So that's actually a proof that UM indeed joined Shell Eco Marathon. So sayang lang no, nagkaroon ng pandemic so we're not able to continue with the races. But I think may iba't ibang events naman si Shell Eco last time. So na siya, parang online virtual events. So hopefully by this year siguro or by next year, maybe can already start going back into the track. And again, race for the Philippines. I think yung last na competition with the Shell Eco Marathon, we are only 20 teams and we are proud that UM was also part of the team to represent Philippines in the International Shell Eco Marathon. All right, thank you, Sir Benji, and thank you, students, for your time to listen in my presentation. If you have questions, you can already start asking.
Right, thank you so much, Professor Jetron. So we are requesting our students, if you have questions, no, you can turn on your microphone or you can chat, no? You can use the chat box, no, so that Professor Jetron can also give his insights, no, with regards to your questions. Meron ba? All right, so I think there's none and they're able to grasp all. Oh, meron. Ayan. How to use Mendeley. Ay, ikaw pala yan, sir. All right, so merong si Sir John.
Yes,
So,
I'll share you na lang the link.
Link. All right. So, para matapos na ang capstone niyo guys. All right. Ayan. So, para malaman ninyo how to do all those literature reviews and other things that you have to do, no, para matapos ang inyong capstone projects. All right, so I think, sir, wala na silang questions. All right, thank you very much, no, for joining with us sa ating webinar.
Thank you, Sir Benji, and thank you, students. And hope to see you in UM. Once you see me in UM, say hi na lang, sir. Ako itong nag-attend ng webinar last time. And thank you, everyone. God bless po.
All right, so thank you again, Sir Jetron. And so this time, no, let's have another online quiz. All right, so again, 100 pesos load, no, ang ibibigay for those, no, so yung mananalo. All right, so again, the questions, no, will be actually yung part, no, ng discussion ni Professor Jetron. Okay, please go to menti.com and use the code 527204888. Jerian, you can still join, ha, even though you're a winner a while ago. Pwede ka pa ding sumali. Hopefully, Jerian, you're able to receive the 100 pesos load. Okay. Please, kaning tawag nito, notify if done na receive mo na. And you can still join, no, our mentee here, our online quiz. And for us to know, no, if you really grasp all those information, no, na binigay ni Professor Jetron a while ago. Ayun, receive na. Right. Sige, collect na naman, Jerian, by joining our mentee. Okay. Ayan. Still 5 questions pa din ito. You have to click, no? Dapat fast yung pag-click mo so that you can get a high score once tama ang answer mo. Ayan. So, right now, we are already 50 plus, no, sa ating webinar, sa ating Zoom. And I think we have also students who are watching via YouTube channel. Okay, so intayin muna natin dun sila kasi meron lang like 10 seconds or 5 seconds, no, na delay once nag-stream tayo sa YouTube natin na channel. All right, so 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and let's start our quiz. Here we go. Answer fast to get more points. Here's the first question. Okay, what does CGNIES stand for? Or CGNIES. All right, so please choose from those 4 choices. So yung solution dyan, kulang yan ng S, no? Kasi kulang na tayo ng number of letters. Ayan, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and time's up. Let's see kung saan ang madaming answer. All right, the correct answer is Center for Green Nanotechnology Innovations for Environmental Solutions. Ayan. So sinabi yan kanina ni Professor Jetron. Let's see who are these 4 people sa ating leaderboard. All right, we have Gabriel, Angelo, Glay, Mace, and Jonalyn. Okay, kaya pa yan? Okay, we still have 4 questions to go. Here's the second question. Answer fast to get more points. Here we go. The blank orients you toward both the short-term and long-term goals and allows you to identify which academic path to engage in. Research agenda, research project, capstone idea, capstone project. 6 seconds to answer. And 4, 3, 2, 1, and time's up. All right. Most of you says it's research agenda. You got the correct answer. 13 of you got the correct answer. Let's see. Would it still be Gabriel in the top of our leaderboard? And yes, he is still in the top one. Still, Glai is in the second. Third is May. Right? Kaya pa yan. We still have 3 questions. Here we go. Here's the third question. Answer fast to get more points. All right. A or an blank is a survey of scholarly sources such as books, journals, articles, and theses related to a specific topic or research question. Ideation process, literature review, publication, or presentation. 4, 3, 2, and 1, time's up. So I'm sure alam nyo talaga to. All right. So that's literature review. Ayan, mga scholarly journals, articles, books, yan, mga thesis related to your topic. That's literature review. Let's see, sino yung nasa leaderboard? Will it still be Gabriel Angelo or meron ng bagong number 1 sa leaderboard natin? Yes, di pa din magpapatalo si Gabriel. He is still on the top. All right. Yun, Mace and Glay, kaya pa yan. Uy, si May second na. Umaangat na si May. You still have 2 questions, May. Kaya pa yan. Right, Gabriel? Go, go, go. Huwag patatalo. Dapat ikaw ang manalo ng 100 pesos load. Yan. Okay, answer fast to get more points. Here we go. In the literature review matrix, which part presents the missing information or the possible motivation for more innovative research? Objectives, theory applied, methodology, or knowledge gap? 6 seconds to answer the question. 4, 3, 2, and 1, and time's up. Let's see saan ang mas madaming answer. Most of you says it's knowledge gap. Yeah, you got the correct answer. 7 of you got the correct answer. Kasali pa din ba si Gabriel Angelo dito? And those other na nasa top 3? Mace and Glay? Or meron ng bago? I think there are other students na mas madami ang points dito sa round na ito. And here you go. Si Jerian yung fastest. Oy, humahabol si Jerian on the 4th place. Blessy, Jay, still Gabriel is on the lead. All right. Gabriel, last na lang to. All right. Sige. Question 5 of 5. Answer fast to get more points. Which part of the literature review matrix presents how the study was done? Look at your phone. Is it objectives, theory applied, methodology, or knowledge gap? 10 seconds. All right. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Everyone has voted. Methodology is the correct answer. 14 of you got the correct answer. And here we go. Would it still be Gabriel Angelo on the top? All right. Here we go. Then. And our winner for this round is no other than, ayan, talagang from the very beginning until the end, Gabriel Angelo is our top 1. Congratulations, Gabriel. Please chat your number so that mabigay natin ang iyong load. Ayan, yung load mo. All right? Okay, so we're done with those topics for your immersion subjects. Now, of course, those pre-employment requirements and those capstone ideas that we've mentioned a while ago, with our speakers. Agoy walay. Saan man eh. You can have your ate siguro or kuya or mama na mayroong number. You can use their number. Sayang din naman yung 100 pesos. Ayan. Sige, pwede yung number nila, Gabriel. Okay? Sige. Or pwede mo ibigay sa teacher mo or sa classmate to. Alright, so yun. We're done with the pre-employment requirements and also yung capstone ideas. I hope those topics really gave you a bird's eye view of what can University of Mindanao can offer to you guys once you would like to pursue no, your college or your higher education. And then nakita nyo naman yung mga potential, no, na mga career opportunities na maibibigay sa inyo once you enroll, no, or once you pursue, no, higher education, especially in the engineering courses. So right now, what university, no, or a school that can help you build those opportunities na binigay kanina, na sinabi kanina. And I believe that University of Mindanao, with its quality, no, affordability, and its open, no, admission education, can help you lead, no, and be able to become, no, the best version of you. That's why is first in leadership education. Why is that so? Because of its quality, affordable, and open education. And here are the reasons, no, why became the first in leadership education. Now, in terms of quality education, no, is a leading private institution in the region. Why is that so? Because of these accolades or these accreditations or accrediting body who recognizes UM's quality education. UM is actually the first university in Mindanao and Visayas granted the institutional ISO 9001-2015 certification, and that's actually an international standard, that a standardization, no, na accreditation. If you have this ISO na accreditation, that means that the education that you're offering to students, no, to their clients, are actually aligned with the international standards. So internationally, is known for that. And then another, is the first and only school granted with a Category A status by the Commission on Higher Education, also called as SHED. So ito yung sa inyo, senior high school, that's Department of Education. Now, once you'll be in a higher education, Commission on Higher Education na. And si binigyan siya ng Category A status. No? So that's a very big achievement from the no? That would really say that is really giving quality education to its clients. is also one of the 3 universities here in Davao region granted autonomous status by the Commission on Higher Education. And aside from that, no, si is also recognized, no, by the Commission on Higher Education of having its Center of Excellence, no, ng mga programs and even colleges, and also Center of Development. And isa na dyan is in the College of Engineering Education for its computer engineering na mga courses, also computer science, information technology, and also mechanical engineering. And aside from that, is also recognized by the Philippine Association and Colleges and Universities Commission on Accreditation, or the PACOCOA. So si marami siyang mga accredited programs here in Davao region. Siya ang highest, no, number of accredited programs. And in the Philippines naman, second naman si So first on that is the UST, and then second is University of Mindanao. is also granted with the certificates of accreditation from the Philippine Technological Council for its mechanical, computer engineering, and also the electrical engineering. So if you want to pursue these courses those courses that I have mentioned, so accredited siya by the Philippine Technological Council, no, for the engineering ng mga courses. And aside from that, no, is also recognized, no, by the PICAB, ayan, for the information technology and mga computing na mga courses. So in terms of quality education, these accolades, no, this accrediting body can really attest to the education of the university, that the education that the university is giving, no, the University of Mindanao is giving, is really has this what we call quality. And second reason is that because of its flexible schedule through its term system. Flexible schedule in a sense that you guys, no, from the senior high school right now, you have this one semester, di ba? And in that one semester, you have 8 subjects. And lahat ng subjects na yan magdedemand ng quiz, ng recitation, ng examination, and projects. And lahat ng yan, no, madaming deadline. So it's somehow nerve-wracking, very stressful. And has a solution for that to really still give that quality education, to give focus to the students na yung mga gusto nilang gawin, no, para maging happy naman, maging harmonious, at saka maging yung parang significant yung pag-sustain ng isang student sa isang school. So how did give an exact and a very harmonious no na solution for that problem. So ito yung ginawa ni UM. Yung one semester, it will be divided into two. So yun, naging term system siya. So that means in one term, so one semester divided by two, naging term siya. In first term, you'll only have 4 subjects. Okay, and then in the second term, you'll have another 4 subjects. So 8 subjects pa din. In the first term, you'll have only 2.5 months, and then you'll be taking 4 subjects on that. So you'll just be focusing no on 4 subjects. So hindi na masama, hindi ba? So you can really have focus on those subjects, especially that if you really want to really have high grades at saka maging flexible yung time mo. So term system is the solution of UM. So especially if you guys would like to pursue your higher education and would also like to help your family, because in terms of finances, di masyado maganda yung financial stability ng parents niyo, and you really want to work. So you want to work and you also want to study. So UM can really help you with that. Bakit nga? You can actually have 4 hours lang of going to school, and the rest of the hours of the day, pwede mo na siyang itrabaho if you really want to pursue working. Okay? So 4 hours lang yan siya. And what is good is that in UM, you can actually choose whether in the morning, afternoon, or evening mo gusto pumasok sa school. Okay? So you just have to schedule that one. Unlike other universities and colleges na wherein sila yung they will be the one to really give you the schedule. Okay, these subjects must be in the morning, afternoon, and then evening. So that means the whole duration no ng day mo nasa school ka. So it's different in UM. So it's up to you. If you're a morning person, you feel like you're really good in your studying once you are in the morning session. So go with the morning na schedule. Pero naman kung dugay jud kay ka mamata, you are not a morning person, you can have the afternoon or the evening schedule. So with that, yung remaining 8 hours po siguro, you can have your work, or you can have your just gala, or di kaya you can go to the library and study para lumaki yung grades mo, and because you're having your scholarship. So yun binibigay ni UM ngayon to give focus to and efficiency for you students. So para maging maganda yung pinupursu ninyo in college. All right? So flexibility is one of the reasons why UM is actually first in leadership education. All right? Another is that UM is the most affordable private university in the region. So see, UM is not a public university. It is a private university. Of course, pag nasa private ka, no, syempre masyadong may kamahalan, but then UM would like to give affordability no to its clients. No? Kaya among no private university in the region, UM is the most affordable. So you don't compare UM to USEP or UP, because USEP and UP are actually public university. Okay? So you compare UM to other schools na private sila na university. So with that, so masasabi mo, you can say, sino bang mas affordable talaga na private university? Is it UM or other schools? So I would say UM is really the most affordable private university in the region, here in Davao region. And aside from its affordability, UM has this what we call wide range no of academic programs. Imagine we have 10 colleges, and in those colleges merong mga different na mga programs or courses na ino-offer. And if you want to know more about those courses and programs na binibigay ni UM, you can go to www.umindanao.edu.ph. Just like for example, yung sinabi kanina ni Professor Jetron, na yun sa College of Engineering Education, so you can browse no sa ating website, sa UM website, para malaman ninyo ano yung mga programs in the College of Engineering, no? And then ano yung mas fit no sa mga gusto mo. Like if you really would like to pursue computer engineering, civil engineering, and other na mga engineering courses, or even have this other colleges no or other programs no in the university. So imagine it's almost 100 no or 100 plus no na mga courses na binibigay ni UM. Kasali na yung mga nasa postgraduate na mga programs. All right? And because of madami masyadong courses, so CUM also has this large campus and high quality facilities. If you've seen in the video a while ago, yung first na shinow natin, no, nagkaroon tayo ng virtual tour. It's a 28 hectare no na school here in Davao City. Ang laki niya talaga. But what is and sa sobrang laki, ang daming mga buildings and malayo yan siya masyado. You cannot just have yung parang madali lang no na paglakad. You have to have a car. So kung meron kang car, UM has many naman ng mga parking lot, or you have your motorcycle, so you can just go inside the university. No, pero kung wala naman, no, you can have the e-car. No, may e-car si UM. So one of the projects na din yan ng mga nasa College of Engineering Education ng mga students, they're able to have their e-car, no? So that means pagpasok mo ng UM, meron na naghihintay sa'yo ng e-car. You just have to say saang building ka. So nakita niyo namang building siguro kanina, madaming buildings na pinakita sa virtual tour. So you just have to say GET building. So yung e-car, yun na yung maghahatid sa'yo, no, going to that building. No, para hindi ka mahirapan. But if you want to have a marathon, kasi you're on a diet and you would like to exercise, so pwede din yan sa UM kasi nga ang laki na talaga ng university. All right. So aside from wide academic programs, but it has also a large campus and high quality facilities. And aside from that, here in UM, you can learn anywhere. So sabi ko nga kanina, kasi nga malaki masyado ang UM, meron siyang mga sa tawag nito, tables and chairs that you can study aside from the library. And because nga of the pandemic, no, we went to this what we call online, no, and UM also no purchased no a learning management system that is actually aligned with the standardization no sa international no na mga standards, and the Blackboard Open LMS is actually being used no by international schools. And here in Davao region, dalawang school lang ang gumagamit ng Blackboard Open LMS. All right? You can learn anywhere because UM is also having this what we call blended learning mode. So hopefully, no, we'll have our face-to-face no, na klase, and UM is actually ready for that. Ready na masyado si UM, no? Ang facilities ni UM ready na for face-to-face manner. But of course, we just have to wait for the IATF and also the city government of Davao ng mga protocols if pwede na ba yung face-to-face o full blast na talaga yung face-to-face. Anyways, you will know that one because we will from time to time we update no our social media pages no para alam ninyo ano yung mga updates no sa ating university. All right. And UM is an open education university. Ano yung sinasabi nating open education university? That means UM wala siyang entrance exam. So that means once you graduate in senior high school, any courses, no, as long as offer siya ni UM, you can take that one. No? So wala na mga conditions no na dapat ganito yung grade mo, dapat ganito, dapat yung nakuha mo in your senior high school. No need for that because UM would like to emphasize that everyone no is welcome. No, regardless of your race, regardless of your status, anyone can have this what we call tertiary education. Kaya open admission si UM. Okay? So walang entrance exam si UM. Alright? Kahit 75 yung grade mo sa senior high school, and if you want to pursue engineering courses, still, you can have that one. Kasi in other schools, kailangan ganito yung grade mo para makapasok ka sa College of Engineering. But here in UM, no need for that. As long as pasado ka sa senior high school mo. Second, UM has no uniform. Okay? That's part of its open education na policy. If you can see no sa ating screen, no, yung student natin dyan na nagbabasa, she has no uniform. No, why is that so? Because UM is also no adhering to this what we call international standards. No, if you've seen no mga universities outside of the Philippines, no, or even in Manila, wala na silang uniform. Okay, so that means here in UM, OOTD every day. Ayan. So yung pag-uniform mo, pwede mo niyang tipidin. No? Just go to ukay-ukay and have your get up, yung ano mo, yung fashion statement mo. So pwede yan dito sa UM. Alright? So of course, kailangan lang meron tayong mga restrictions no, sa mga damit natin. So make sure na it's decent kasi we are professionals. We're leading towards being professional. So kailangan decent yung mga attire natin. Huwag masyado yung mga revealing na. Alright? But then what is good is that you can express your freedom through your attire. All right. So kung mataas ang buhok na lalaki, okay, no problem with that, no? Basta tarungon lang siya, no? Make sure it's decent din naman. So pwede pa din yan sa UM. Okay? All right. Open Education University. No admission, no uniform. Okay, so with that kind of policy ni UM, no, having that quality education, being affordable, and having that open education na policy, more than 120 top-notchers since 2014 and even up to this day, no, nagproduce si UM, no, ng mga top-notchers. Wala nga yung admission, but then madaming mga top-notchers. And you can see in the screen, dos lami kay sila og katawa, lami kay sila og smile. Imagine, natagaan ka og tawag nito, you've received a check, like 50,000 and up, kasi yung pag top 1 ka, you'll be given a 500,000. Imagine that one. And the person who will give that to you is the president of the university, pag naging top notcher ka sa yung mga board exam na mga mga programs. Like for example, civil engineering, ayan. So mayroong mga board exams na yan. So if you're aiming for a top a place in the board examination, so yun, you can have this one, and mind you guys, dito lahat ng mga cum laudes and magna cum laudes nandyan. Other na mga top notchers are just normal people or normal students during their time kasi nga busy sa work, yun kasi yung very flexible kasi sa UM. Kahit nang school ka in the afternoon, you can have your classes in the morning or in the evening. So pwede kaayo. So pwede mong pagsabayin yung dalawa, having your tertiary education and having your work. Okay, kung kailangan talaga. So mind you guys, baka maging part kayo ng Legion of Top Notchers in the university soon once you enroll here in UM. Yun. So with that, you can be assured that choosing University of Mindanao will be the best decision you will ever make. And what's these? Yung parang makita mo that you can be assured on that. Look at those top notchers of the university. All right. If you want to, if you need more updates of the university, please follow, subscribe, like our social media pages. We have Facebook, Twitter, YouTube channel, and also the Instagram. And we also have TikTok. That's at Unimin Official. So yun, hanapin nyo lang. And we would like to say congratulations. We still have to be safe. Depende pa din sa protocols na ibibigay ng ating government. Alright? So again, advance congratulations on your graduation day. Alright? So, ayun. And if you have questions, if you have things that you want to clarify on the university, okay, aside from our social media pages, you can also screenshot all of these numbers sa register natin at saka sa student accounting so that you'll be able to know yung mga scholarships na ino-offer ng UM, ano yung mga outside na mga scholarships na pwede ninyong i-take para maging scholar kayo at matanggap and can also be valid here in the university once you would choose na mag-pursue ng college or tertiary degree ninyo. And also in terms of your admission, ng mga requirements needed once you would like to pursue college, so meron din tayong registrar at saka admission office so that you will be guided of those requirements. All right? So yun, screenshot na. Okay. Ayun. So, all right. Okay. Hopefully, na you're able to grasp all those information with regards to the University of Mindanao. So, hope to see you soon here, mga ga. And of course, meron pa tayong isa. We still have another online quiz, another 100 pesos sa winner dito. Okay, meron pang chance ang iba. Okay? Yung gusto talagang kumuha ng 100 pesos na load, pang ML na din 'yan, pang leisure time. Okay, please go to menti.com and use the code 52248395. Okay, we're waiting for you guys sa Menti. And again, sino yung top 1 dyan will receive 100 pesos na load. Come on, go, go, go! Pasok na. Pasok na mga suki. Ayan. So, pwede pang sumali si Jirian, and also Gabriel. All right. So later, Gabriel, I'll give the your load. So after our webinar. Okay. Ayan, sige, go pa. We need, so pag abot na ng 20, so pwede na tayo mag-start. Ayan. Go, go, go. Pasok lang. Ayan. Okay. So I think we can now start our Menti quiz. Here we go. Answer fast to get more points. Here's the question. UM offers quality, affordable, and blank education. Look at your phone and tap the correct answer. 10 seconds to answer the question. All right. 6, 5, 4, 3. Everyone has voted. Time's up. All right. It's open. Open. UM offers quality, affordable, and open education. So let's see who's on the top. All right. Parang si Jirian, gusto na naman ng another 100 pesos na load. Ayan. Parang, tumaas yung signal niya. No, na nagkaroon siya ng 100 pesos na load. All right. Sige, gumanda yung connection niya. All right. Sige lang, Jess. Kaya pa yan. We still have 4 questions. All right. Answer fast to get more points. UM has no entrance exam. Is this true or false? Ayan. 10 seconds. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Everyone has voted. And yes, it's true. UM has no entrance exam. Wala siyang admission. Okay? So, walang entrance exam si UM. Alright. So, would it still be Jirian? Uy, murag nawala man si Jirian. Okay, so it's Jess and then Shining Carrot. Okay, Shining Carrot, go, go, go. You're the second. No, though si John Lloyd yung fastest natin dito. All right. Question 3 of 5. Answer fast to get more points. UM has how many terms in one sem? O, sinabi ko to kanina. All right. 3 terms, 2 terms, or 4 terms? All right. 7. 6. Everyone has voted. All right. 2 terms sa UM. So kaya term system yung policy ni UM in terms of schedule. All right. Okay, let's see. Who's on the leaderboard? Will it still be Jess? Or merong mga bago? Merong bago sa ating first na place. All right. Shining Carrot is on the lead. Again, second na naman. Second si Jess. All right. Frony is on the third. We still have. All right, second to the last question. All right, answer fast to get more points. Here we go. UM has school uniform. Meron bang school uniform si UM? True or false? All right, 10 seconds to answer. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and time's up. All right, it's false. Walang school uniform si UM. UM has no school uniform. All right, let's see. Will it still be Shining Carrot? Or merong bagong number 1 sa ating leaderboard? Oy, di pa din nagpapatalo si Shining Carrot. It's still on the first place. Then here's the last question. Pinakamahirap na question. Mahirap talaga ito sa kaya abangan ninyo ano to na question. So, prepare na ang mga tudlo. Okay? Dapat ikaw pinakapaspas. Here's the last question. Answer fast to get more points. I'm planning to enroll in UM. Ayan, pinakamahirap yan na question. Yes or no? Ayan. Everyone has voted. Ayan, most of you would like to enroll here in UM. So it's a yes. So kahit mag-no ka, tama pa din yung answer mo. Right. Okay. And our winner for this Menti, for this quiz, is no other than... Uy. Meron bang pagbabago? Oh, it's a tie. Okay. Congratulations, Jess and Shining Carrot. The two of you, no, is our winner. All right, winner kayo dito. Please give your number sa ating chat box. Okay? Para maibigay ko ang inyuhang prize. All right, it's a tie. So congratulations to Shining Carrot and Jess. Ayan, I'm sure you're very happy there. Happy kayo masyado. Again, we would like to say advance congratulations on your graduation day, senior high school students. Thank you very much for joining, no, on our webinar this afternoon. Okay, so before you leave, guys, make sure that you can have this evaluation para mabigyan namin kayo ng inyuhang tawag dito, certificate. Okay, so once you're done with this evaluation form, certificate will be given to you. All right. So yan. So please click the link, no, in our chat box, no, para maka-start na kayo in evaluating our webinar this afternoon, and after that certificate will be given to you. While you are having, no, your evaluation, please take a look at this video, no, to be an intervention number to be given to us by the UM Chorale.
Mom told me not to waste my life. She says, spread your wings, my little butterfly. Don't let what they say keep you up at night. And if they give you shh, then they can walk on by. My feet can't touch the ground, and I can't hear a sound. But you just keep on running up your mouth. Yeah, walk on over there, 'cause I'm too fly to care. Oh yeah, your words don't mean a thing. I'm not listening. Keep talking. All I know is Mama told me not to waste my life. She says, spread your wings, my little butterfly. Don't let what they say keep you up at night. And they can't tame you, 'cause wings are made to fly. And we don't let nobody bring us down. No matter what you say, it won't hurt me. No matter if I fall from the sky, 'cause wings are made to fly. Hey, hey, hey. Wow. Firing up on the runway, I know we gotta get there someday. We don't need no ready, steady, go, no. Doctors into air, 'cause I don't even care. Oh yeah, your words don't mean a thing. I'm not listening. Keep talking. All I know is Mama told me not to waste my life. She says, spread your wings, my little butterfly. Don't let what they say keep you up at night. And they gotta tame you, 'cause wings are made to fly. And we don't let nobody bring us down. No matter what you say, it won't hurt me. No matter if I fall from the sky, 'cause wings are made to fly. Say, hey, 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 hey. I don't need no one saying, hey, 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 hey. You better keep on walking. I don't wanna hear you talking, boy. You better keep on walking. I don't wanna hear you talking. Words don't mean a thing. I'm not listening. Keep talking. All I know is Mama told me not to waste my life. She said, spread your wings, my little butterfly. Don't let what they say keep you up at night. And they can't tame you, 'cause wings are made to fly. And we don't let nobody bring us down. No matter what you say, it won't hurt me. No matter if I fall from the sky, 'cause wings are made to fly. And we don't let nobody bring us down. No matter what you say, it won't hurt me. No matter if I fall from the sky, 'cause wings are made to fly.
All right, there you have it, guys. Thank you very much for joining our webinar. And we say soar high, fly high, and see you